everyone. Welcome, everyone. Welcome back to Starfound. Welcome back to Hearthsinger Games. And tonight, as it is all Thursday nights, except for when I'm feeling a little poopy, which has happened way too often lately, but we're back with a streak. We are playing a Starfinder actual play podcast, recording it live, doing the thing. Thank you so much for that. Super appreciate it. And I'm here with this beautiful cast of people. I am GM Miles, aka Geeks for Good, and I'm going to be the game master tonight, which means that I'm going to be running these poor or very fortunate fools through whatever madness I have in store tonight. I may not be 100% sure what it is, but I'll tell you one thing. You all helped contribute to it this week on the Starfinder poll on patreon.com/starfoundpod. But let's get into our introductions. Why don't you kick us off, Anne?
Oh, I will. Here I go. Hello. Hi. Hi, everyone. I'm Anne Richmond, aka Hearthsinger of Hearthsinger Games, the head bard in charge round these here parts. But tonight, for your pleasure, I am Amarukyuka, the Solarian Hulnukia. Vlaka, bow to your queen boo and give me that. That's who I am. And I'm very excited. On to the next.
On to the next.
Oh, internet. It is I, Dexstar. Got rained on way too much today, Warren. Playing Jabberwocky, Skittermander Technomancer, spreading heart smile, robots, and intrigue after I finish fighting my D4s.
Oh.
Ooh.
You don't need those decks. You're
Next.
fine.
Hi there, my name is Parker Wallace. I'm a content creator on YouTube. But tonight, I am playing Castor9, an android mechanic operative who dresses like a gentleman and shoots like a spy. Happy to be of service.
Ooh.
Are those two things separate?
I mean,
Can gentlemen
Not
not
all.
be spies?
Whoa.
All gentlemen are always spies, but not all spies are gentlemen.
That's true.
my brain just broke into
Yeah.
at least 4
Anyways.
pieces. Hi, I'm Helena. I did remember that, even though my brain is completely broken. I'm also known as the Magic Llama Mood on the internet. I have a YouTube channel and like an Instagram and a TikTok, and I'm like on the internet, and that's a thing. But tonight, I play a Kasathan mystic by the name Gilleskia, and she her favorite cereal is cinnamon toast crunch with orange juice.
Ew. Oh, that took a turn.
Yes, it did. It always does.
Did not care for that.
Oh
God.
no.
She pours her orange juice before the cereal.
Ah.
I
So
don't like that.
So before we get started, now that you know our stalwart crew, I do want to remind you all that we do have a Patreon. This allows us to keep doing what we do. It helps pay, of course, for our fantastic murder sauce to edit and produce all of our episodes on Anchor, where you can find them all. And you can also check out our YouTube channel. Just look for Starfound Pod and you'll find us right there. And you can get all of the VODs there. And you can check out our Patreon, which will collect all of those things in one place for you and post them publicly. But it also has several behind the scenes pieces of content that you won't want to miss, whether it's between the episode sketches from some of us, or you might get a short story every once in a while, or a song, or expanded lore for various ancestries in the game that we play with for use at your own table, or of course the chance to interact with our capital city Brightclaw on Machul Alpha. So make sure we are on Machul Alpha, right? That's the one where we live.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
Cool. I'm the queen of a planet. I'm a fraud. Okay, so you don't deserve to wear the badge, is what someone should say to me right now. But yeah, so it's a really a great place to interact. I will go ahead and throw up in chat a couple of those links so that into chat a couple of those links so that you can follow us there if you haven't already. But I think we've said
my
enough.
God.
Let's get back into a little review and then Once we've had our reading comprehension, we can continue on, I guess.
Okay.
Is there a quiz?
I guess, I don't know. It feels
There
like
will
there
be.
is.
I love quizzes.
I mean, same.
I didn't study.
Oh my god. So what happened last time, y'all?
So we had
It was a long week. We just found
Yes.
out. Yeah, please, parkour. Start.
So it was a six-month time skip where all of our characters somehow developed their skills somehow or did things. We can all share that if we want to, but for the sake of time, we also tried to track, identify, and or intercept a spaceship that was around our planet, but no dice. And then our sister planet on Matchul Zeta, I believe, or Sky as it's called, New Sky, owned by the dwarf Hecklin Danglock, has gone quiet. There are no transmissions going in, out. Trade has ceased, and we have gone there to investigate.
That is correct.
What'd you find when you got there?
Not a lot.
No
Very
one.
empty. The SAM guns, or the SAM, yeah, the interplanetary guns, like the anti-air guns, were still operational.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which was really weird. It's like everyone just kind of up and disappeared.
Like a rapture.
They all just went, and they're gone.
And we
What's
couldn't
that
find
rapture book?
Mercy. We used
Yes.
a special thing that Caster now has that allows you to locate someone that you know if they are on the same planet. And we could not find her.
No, and
And then-
Mercy. Yeah,
Oh, go ahead.
I
Sorry.
was just gonna say Mercy is the daughter of Hecklin Danglock, the ruler of said planet.
We should mention that the last time we were here on a trade negotiation mission, we had received some intel through word of an escaped slave claiming that there was some kind of slavery operating down in the mines on the planet, which is sort of an unanswered loose end for us that we haven't figured
Yes.
out why that would be. We have every reason to believe that Heckland would never stand for such a thing, and yet we have every reason to believe this victim that there is something going on. So let's answer that question, maybe. I don't know, or maybe just more questions forever. Who knows?
Even after they stole your ship.
Yeah. You
All
know
right.
what? She was fleeing a traumatic situation.
She was doing something all right.
She did try to steal our ship again when she was safe, though. So jury's still out on how I feel about her as a
I thought
person.
it was successful. Didn't she successfully steal our ship a second
Well,
time?
she did temporarily till we found it.
Temporarily. Yeah.
All right. All right. So, the guns powered down, right? They've all powered down, and Sky is vulnerable. And apparently still very empty, though you can see a few lights moving around down there that look like some kind of vehicle, possibly. You all are settled up on the edge of this. I don't know. The best way to kind of put it is kind of it's almost like a geode, right? It's like a geode that's had a hole drilled in the top of it. But instead of crystals on the inside of it, it is the inside, like the hollowed out middle of an ancient tree, right? This massive, massive ancient tree in which there's an underground lake, and the dwarves who settled here had built the city of Sky. So, I don't know where you guys are going to go or what you guys are going to do. You had talked about roping down the long distance to get down, right? You also have some incredible movement powers that you've gotten in your recent level up. So, just talk to me. Talk to me what you guys are going to do. I think your intention is to search the city, right?
Yes, we need to figure out what exactly happened here. People don't just disappear like that normally.
I might suggest that we go to the, I guess, palace area. to see if something started there, because if there is some sort of terrorist activity, that would be the public place to target.
I
Uh,
agree.
Well, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I say I agree. It's a good place to start.
I suppose my next question is, and she gets on the comms to Jabby, and she says, "Jabby, where did you get to? I thought the whole point was not to split up."
Well, I just turned off the cannons that would shoot us out of the sky, so if we wanted, we could just kind of land there. I'm on my way down. It's very dusty.
Okay. All right. Do you want me to fly up and pick you up from my window?
Were there any windows that I could just like open, or were they all just like sealed shut?
Let me see. I'm gonna roll for that. I'm a roll for that.
I'm a roll for that.
No,
No windows.
no windows. Windowless.
Okay. Well, do you want us to meet you and give you escort, or do you think you can make it?
I think it should be fine. There doesn't seem to be anyone here.
Okay.
Knocking on a wood substitute.
Okay, we'll wait for you. We won't go too far, but let's get to the ship and get it a little bit closer to the palace.
And Jabby, we did see some sort of lights, flickering lights, maybe a vehicular situation. Just be aware.
Yeah.
I'll keep that in mind.
Amaruk is going to go to both Kia and Castor, and just kind of like be sort of pacing, nervous, waiting for their small bean Skittermander to come down. Not that size matters, it's just that, it's scary when a member of your team is so far away from everybody else that like whatever happens is kind of going to happen to them at that point.
Absolutely.
And she says, I can't shake the feeling that somewhere on this planet we are going to find something that will connect to the other module system, the 3 planets there.
The second portal.
Exactly. And that if maybe whatever happened here, blinking out in my vision, whatever blinked out, is that a warning? Could it happen to the others?
I mean, I guess it's a matter of time, right? I feel like Elo Catch might be even written over this.
Do you want to position a garrison near the other portal, Amaruk?
It's a good question.
I can calm them. We're still in the same system.
As much as I hate Elo Catch and think he's sort of a bad person, I don't think he deserves to be blinked out of existence without warning. Don't you think we should maybe tell them?
Let's just find out exactly what's going on, and then we can relay that information to them, if we so choose.
Yeah, let's get information first so that we're not giving them misinformation, and then we have to have more conversations with that insufferable little ass.
Right. Okay.
All right, ladies, let's get information.
God.
And we wait. Yeah. Camera pan to Jabby running.
Yeah, Jabby, why don't we just have you make a perception check?
That's fine. That's what you want to hear, right?
That's we love perception.
Ooh. Oh, that's right. I have a +0 to. Oh no, I have a +4. That's a 13. I'm sorry, that's a 23. My mistake. 19.
Oh!
That's a different number.
Yeah.
That is.
That is a much different number. So as you begin to make your way down, the theme of abandoned continues. Yeah. That's all you're gonna get. It's not very dusty. You can see how these dwarves lived, right? And eventually, when you get down to the speeder bay that the rest of your crew had just opened up, right? The like kind of dull orange light of, I guess emergency power is on down here, as some circuit somewhere has blown after not being attended to for however long it's been. You have no idea. So you guys emerge out, and finally, you are met at last. How are we getting down?
Let's see what we got in the
Well-
arsenal, shall we?
I can travel down with people.
Well,
Every-
shouldn't there be
Why?
a ladder somewhere? I don't know. I'm just thinking like emergency exit situation.
Well,
It's always good.
Weren't we just going to get in the ship and move it closer?
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Okay, let's do
That
that.
sounds good. Yeah. All right. Great. So you guys hop on your bikes and zip back off to the Kingfisher and load up into it and take off, heading over the top of the crater, we're going to call it, right?
Okay.
And as you slowly descend downward into this dome, you know what? Can I get a computers check from our science officer for scans?
That is 32.
Oof.
Snoice! You don't... Well, actually, you do detect life forms.
Oh.
It's a little bit hard to, like, parse out what is and what isn't. A bunch of, like, electronic interference is, like, buzzing through the air down here. Some kind of electrical problem has gone down. You can see a couple of districts just, like, don't have light at all. And the other ones are kind of flickering and starting to go out. The last of its light shimmering up and reflecting across the opalescent cracks in the dome over this place. Yes.
What I will say is that our new Jesuit ultra long range sensors can also sense supernatural auras and unseen magical currents.
Ooh.
Let's use that.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Nice.
It was very
Um,
costly, but it can do that.
Then someone make a mysticism check.
I got you.
Yeah.
There we go.
and
the
it says
equipment you guys bought.
+6 modifier to your
Ooh.
check.
So that is a 38.
Yes,
Ooh.
38.
So big.
Did you add the 6?
I did.
Okay, great. Just in case we could get to that.
Just in
DC
case.
40.
And who
Right.
spent all day building the ship is like, did you add the 6 though? Did you put the 6
You
on there?
better add the Jesuit number 6, okay? Because our ship is basically made out of star metal. Several pieces of it are. It's great. What a time to be alive.
All right.
Love it.
So, as you slowly descend, there is this. It's not a magical current. It's more like a magical after effect. It's more like a magical crater, kind of sitting here, right? This huge, just like pool of divination and transmutation magic. That is like kind of it's like if you could see it, right? It would be like a mist dissipating.
Ooh.
Question.
And if it's been as long as you think it's been, it was thick when whatever happened.
So transmutation and what?
Divination.
Divination.
What am I able to tell from the scanner what the like I guess middle eye of the storm is?
Oh fuck. That's a great question, Helena. That is a really good question.
And I'm just thinking if it's dissipating, there's that middle.
Absolutely. I love that. There is also strong enchantment magic.
Okay.
Yeah. Those 3 things. It was really close, Shiz. I almost spat beer through my nose. It's fine. It's fine. We'll be okay. The epicenter of it is centered around the skeleton.
My
the
friend.
massive skeleton that arcs over top, right, of the palace, which we talked about a little bit ago. Can you remember what it was, Kia?
I'm just gonna refer to my notes.
Let me just flip back months ago.
I did write it all down. But since we are nearing our 40th episode together.
Ooh.
That's true.
Yeah.
I know, right? Isn't it amazing the things that we latch on to and that we like love, 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 and then just disappear into
Yeah.
the weeks?
It said a large unidentified. My thing says Declan's planet, volcanic with veins of opal, remains of a large unidentified creature. So I don't know that you told us.
I think
did.
I knew.
Oh,
But I also this notebook began with Euralia, so literally it's in my other notebook
right.
in
After.
the other room in my backpack.
No,
That's rough.
that's quite all right. Okay.
I'm sorry.
I no, and to be like full disclosure. I asked you because I had completely forgotten.
Yeah.
It was some kind of mammal, wasn't it, or was it a snail?
It was
like
mammalian. It wasn't a snail. It
was a
as
ferret.
if it was a ferret. Yeah, it was like a
Yes.
weaselly.
Okay.
It was really
Thank you all
long.
so much. Yeah, it was the long like snake weasel.
That long
A
Weasel. We
sneasel.
called it a sneasel.
We call it a
yep,
sneasel.
there it is.
It's a
there it is.
Pokemon.
My
With
God,
our
we got
powers
there.
combined, we can accurately tell this story. With
Oh,
Cast
with
your mind
consistency.
back years.
All right. So that's where it's centered around.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I point that out to everybody, and I. Well, we should probably check there too, or tread lightly around there. Either way.
Well, we certainly want to be careful, as you said, but we also need to figure out what this thing did. Why would it be centered there?
I mean, it's clearly not alive, so this will be really interesting from a lot of standpoints. But also, it's like right near the palace area, so that's great. So maybe we go there, please.
Okay.
Great.
there's not going to be a bone cult, is there?
Anything's up in the air at this point. We've fought an archdevil, Jabby.
I mean, whatever this
Yeah, no,
was,
that's fair. That's fair.
whatever this was transformative. It was divine in some way, and it was made to make something magical. I mean, that's what Kia is saying as far as the types of energies that they're reading over there.
Though it could just be like that's where the caster stood, you know, like we don't really know exactly if it's like attached to the sneasel, you know, because that's a very dead
Sure.
specimen.
Yeah,
Right.
I wasn't saying necessarily that it was attacked like this dead creature somehow did this. It's just that tells us something. It
Correct.
like something was transformed, something was given some sort of divine boon, and something was made enchanted in some way. I mean, those are big clues to start to fill in.
Yes. Can we land the ship like isn't there like in the palace there is that hangar nearby that we
There's a large like landing strip
Okay,
outside
great.
of it. Yeah, like it's surrounded by this large flat piece of stone, right, which has been carved out. Excuse me. So you all pull down and slip the Kingfisher down onto this long landing strip. Oh. I'm good. We're good. Everything's fine. It's a small, like a safe distance away from the palace, right? And you all make your way out. You're leaving the Vlaka with the ship, correct?
We are leaving the two Vlaka to guard the ship, yes.
Beautiful. Okay. So you get out and you begin to head in towards the palace, right? As you make your way down this long, empty landing strip, I keep calling it a landing strip because it screams to me of that, right? It's empty and flat, and the ground is hard, and I believe it's night right now, is what we said last time. So
Yes.
the light of the moons is shining down, kind of like
Yeah.
stretching across these little pinpoints of light from the various different moons, splatting onto the ground like fallen light. And So you make your way towards the palace. Are you just going to go straight in the front door?
Kia would probably just kind of power walk towards the front door, quite honestly. Yeah.
Great.
Don't we want? She's gonna say, wait. Don't we want to go check the epicenter and see what happened over by the bones?
Kia like shifts her head like back and forth very like unsuredly and then goes, oh, yes, the sneasel. We do that first and then we come back. We come back and we come back.
Aye.
All right. Time to go sneasel hunting.
Great. So you all head around the side of the palace towards the part of the sneasel, the like head of it, which is draped low over the side, close to a couple of like janitorial and maintenance buildings, and it looks like possibly a barracks over at the side, right? Where you ran off to, Kia, when we first came to Sky. And where you saw Mercy for the second time. And this massive head kind of stretched long with this long predatory snout looks like it was made to dig into small compared to it holes, stretches downwards. What are you guys doing? What's the plan? What's the plot? What are the
Great
tactics?
questions. All good questions. I guess we should try to have a look. Who is the best at perception or tracking or survival? I think I have a pretty good survival skill.
Let me
+7
check.
for survival. Does anybody?
Mine's 8.
Okay, cool.
Oh.
I'll just
Yeah.
stand there then. While you track, I guess she'll. You know what I'll do? I'll assist because I have a bonus to assisting as a
Oh.
Vlaka. Cool. I'm gonna roll a
Yeah.
quick aid check.
Wait, who is rolling survival? Is that
So
me?
you'll roll survival,
believe so,
but let
yes.
me see if I can get an aid check off to help you.
Sure.
Bonus?
Pop that aid check
All right,
off.
cool. That was a natural 20 on my aid check. So
Hey.
you get
Double.
you
Mine was
get,
a natural 22, so I rolled a 28.
it's perfect.
Hey.
Oh no.
Ha.
What does aid give again? It's +3, right?
Something like that. I'm checking. Sorry, it's been
It's
a while.
+3. It's +3 for this roll. It's +6 actually because of your natural 20.
Oh,
Right.
Which is
wow.
you guys have rolled out all your good rolls for this
Yeah.
game.
So,
So that's
No.
+6.
26? No,
So, a
28.
natural
So
20.
34.
34.
Man, we're really living our best lives here.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So you approach this skull, right? And it's located a little high up, so you ask someone to climb up on your shoulders. I imagine Amaruk, because she's aiding, helps you up,
Yeah.
right? And you're like looking for tracks, looking for any kind of clue of if someone might have like stood over here or climbed up here to like cast it, right? To like cast some massive ritual to leave this much magical energy behind.
Yeah.
And as you get up close, you see that there's something dripping from the inside. This like black liquid has like dripped kind of, there's like a stream of it just leading gently over the side of the weasel's eye like it's crying a tiny tear.
Oh.
And you hop up on top of it and peer inside, and bursting out of its petrified spinal cord is this spew of pitch black crystals.
Do they look like similar to the kind of lava-ish concoction that was on Bright Claw?
No.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that was
No,
a
not similar to
good
that.
question, and
Oh.
as you know, I would have made some broad assumptions.
Yeah, same.
Had that been true.
I'm a broad of broad assumptions, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, thank you for those bits, Ladessa. Welcome to stream. Welcome to the baby parts.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Yay.
Glad to have you.
Yeah, I think I would like to take a sample. But
Take
first,
a sample.
let me take a sample. Just to analyze back on the ship later.
Great. As you get close to them, they are freezing cold.
Uh-oh.
Like colder than ice. And your first attempt, you begin to come towards them, and your fingers get burnt through your gloves. So you have to, like, get out stuff. It's like nitrogen, frozen nitrogen cold. You
Yeah.
get out a little bit of PPE and cut it off. Just a little bit of it. Flaking these scrapes of crystal into a little plastic petri dish and put it in your pocket. Any other questions, comments, concerns?
Several concerns.
So, I guess you shouldn't make a necklace out of it.
Most likely not, though it is quite pretty, but I'm sure we can do a knockoff version.
But we don't know if these are indicative of a sort of thing. Has anyone ever seen crystals like this before?
Physical science check.
Let me see what that is.
I have a 13.
Ooh, that's a good one. Physical
I have a
science.
16.
Okay.
I got a 12.
Skill
It's all yours, Daddy.
monkeys.
Yes, that's what we're here for.
Alright. That's a 23.
23. All right. Sorry, the name of these is in my notes somewhere.
Ooh, named items. Hold on.
It has a name. We don't have to call it a sneasel.
By the way, aid check bonus is a +2. I have to roll over a 10, and then if I do, you get a +2 bonus.
It's a +2. Lovely.
Good to know.
Was
Good
that
to know,
Vlaka aid
indeed.
thing with the supporting fire? Did that give you another +1, or is that just for certain things?
Yeah, so it's I would get a +2 to my aid checks. So if
I
I'm
see.
rolling, right? So I get a +2 plus whatever a 2 plus whatever the skill is.
Right.
Then if I get over 10, then Helena gets to add a +2, or one of you
Right.
if I'm aiding one of you. So that's
Yeah.
how it
Nice.
works.
Great.
Yeah.
They're tenebrous crystals.
Ooh.
Eberus.
What is that?
Tenebrous
Yeah.
crystals
Shadow
have
crystals.
they're very, very rare. Yeah, they are known as shadow crystals. Absolutely. Someone's got the Latin.
Mm-hmm.
I used to study Latin for 6 years.
Tenebra. Yeah.
Look at my
That
crew.
and Umbra.
Oh, you guys are
Mhm.
so smart. Welcome, Murder Sauce. So tenebrous crystals they're deeply rare. They are magically activated, let's say, right? And they're actually a very, very powerful magical conductor.
Huh.
They're like clear
yeah.
quartz.
I relayed
Yeah.
this information.
What did you get for your skill check again, Dex?
23.
I'm so sorry.
23.
23. Cool.
Yep.
And when you took your sample, was it of the liquid coming from the tier?
I imagine she would have gotten both.
Okay.
Yeah. Liquid and
Yeah.
crystal.
Yeah.
This is the face of someone who doesn't like it. Oh,
Scraunched.
don't have any ideas, and I don't like it. She kind of, you hear the, like, a little bit of a whimper from her, like, because it's just so not, it's so foreign, right?
Mhm.
Cold she can do, right? She's experienced a lot of cold in her life, coming from an ice planet, but
Right.
this is very different. And she says, I feel like, are there any gods that would be connected to Shadow in some way, or the Shadow plane or something that we could?
Can I make a mysticism?
Yeah. Let's do all
Yeah.
our knowledge checks right now.
Do-do-do-do.
That is a 30 for
Oh,
mysticism.
Great.
love those big crunchy numbers.
Nice. Oh.
I am the mystic, so.
Yeah.
That's true.
Indeed you are. Indeed you are. Let me see. Because there are quite a few that might be related to Shadow. So let me pull up some options.
Playtime is
Yeah.
over.
Playtime's over.
Yeah, I mean, the black butterfly is sometimes related to Shadow, as is, I mean, Nyarlathotep is
Shadow King.
a Shadow King-y, right? Certainly very Shadow King-y, though a little bit more focused on deception than on, like, actually light's shadow, right? And darkness.
Yeah.
The Devourer certainly could be leveled in with shadow. Its portfolio is black holes, right? But much more focused on destruction, right?
Yeah.
Um,
And Nyarlathotep is what? I remember him from our other game, but I don't really remember all of his purviews.
It's like deception.
Nyarlathotep's portfolio
crawling
is
chaos.
conspiracies, dangerous secrets, forbidden magic, and Jabberwocky has the right of it. He also known as the Crawling Chaos.
That's fine.
Nyarlathotep, for your lovely info, Jabberwocky is one of the outer gods. One of these creatures that kind of is not from the here nor the there.
Player question.
Shoot.
Is that also like from Cthulhu type stuff?
Yes, it is.
Okay, because I was like,
Yeah.
what's that doing here? Okay.
What are you doing here?
Yeah, Pathfinder kind of took
Yeah.
all of Lovecraft stuff and was like, mine.
Oh,
It's
okay.
mine
Mine.
now.
You don't get
seems
any of
fun.
it. We're gonna do more high fantasy
Gotcha.
stuff with it.
Okay,
guess-
cool. That's really
To
cool.
boot, Zon Kuthon, also known as the Midnight Lord. His portfolio is darkness, envy, loss, and pain.
2020.
Divination, I mean, it could be divine, but it's also just a way of using magic to determine something, to bring
Yeah,
about.
divination has nothing to do with
Yeah.
the divine particularly. It just has to do with
It's just that
seeing.
Portents and
divine-
such.
divine classes tend to get access. Fuck me,
Accent
Jesus.
finder.
Yeah, divine inspiration tends to grant spells that have divination in them. But druids and things of the natural order can also have such things. It's kind of a stretch. I'm just trying to figure out, like, is there any? She looks very confused. Anne is thinking, but Vlaka is just -1 int across the board. Dead behind the eyes. But very concerned. But is there any kind of magic that you all know of that combines these schools? I mean, it seems like it would take multiple casters doing multiple things, or the work of a magical artifact or something, to have this many schools of magic at once. Is that a thing? Am I crazy?
Or someone very powerful, I would think.
Yeah.
I mean,
Or I'm gonna put things together for you because you've rolled so well. Someone very powerful with a very powerful amplifier.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm helping.
I'm
You
glad.
are. No, absolutely.
I'm glad all you guys know all the magic things because I just got here. You know, I'm a newbie to this.
Yeah. Well, So, I guess my question is, this is growing on their planet. Did they know this was here? Also, would they be fine with us maybe having some? Because I think it would be really cool for some projects, aside from just being pretty, you know.
Well,
It could
I
help-
took a sample, and
Yeah.
maybe we can grow our own from that.
Ooh.
But these things
Yeah.
are conductors. I mean, this if they needed an amplifier, it could have been this stuff, this awful stuff.
That's probably why whoever did the went over here, and then they latched on to probably maybe they're like unlimited power, gotta siphon this, and then poof.
Right, but the crystals weren't here the last time, right? I don't know. I didn't come out.
we ever
I
there.
get
didn't
You
see
did,
them.
though.
No,
Yeah.
Oh,
no.
oh, they're
But
new.
also, I was focused elsewhere, mostly on the skeleton. She like
Mostly
shifts
on
her
the
eyes back and
Yeah,
forth.
she goes mostly on the skeleton. What else is there? And she like looks around this barren wasteland. Clueless. Yeah.
And you did not get up to look inside.
No.
Well, I guess.
Well, I say we go to the palace. Honestly,
Yeah.
maybe there's something there. Maybe
Okay. All right. Let's go.
Fantastic.
cool.
So you gather yourselves and make your way towards the palace, making your way back around to enter in through the front door again. And these two massive metal doors, embossed with this huge kind of like the story of the search for sky, right? Of dwarves delving upwards and upwards, reaching the surface, living in harmony and war, mining deeper, but then continuing off into the stars, and then finally finding this like idealized ball in the sky of sky, right? With like a very distinct hole in it, right? And you like put your backs into the door and they slowly creak open, grinding their way until finally they spread before you. And silence and darkness greet you. What was that, Parker?
Oh, sorry. I thought that was for me. I thought that was a motion saying like I'm still doing description.
No. Go for it.
Cool. I'm just gonna ask, what can I see with my 60 feet of dark vision?
Yeah, absolutely. So as you start peering into the blackness, you can see, I mean, it's the second time that most of you have been in this door.
Yeah.
There are the large pillars on either side that support the second floor that's a good 50 feet up from this, like, front entry hall, right? Through away in the darkness, you think that you can see the beginnings, like just the end of the table where you all ate your feast at a long time ago. The table from here looks to be a little disturbed, as if it was in the middle of being used. And as you get a little bit closer, or as the trapped air from inside of this place starts to waft your way, you smell rot.
Oh boy.
Can I grab... Have we made our way like up to the table, or are we just seeing it? Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to make my way up to the table and like see if I can grab like a goblet or something to put a spell on so that it shines a bright light for 30 feet.
Absolutely.
The
spell sinks into it and light flies out of it, and you see the table spread in front of you, just covered with desiccated food.
Ew.
How long ago do you think this happened? We should be able to tell by looking at the food, right?
Absolutely. It was, I mean, a couple weeks at least.
Oh, that's not very fresh at this point.
And did you say that there was like there was some sort of struggle or something like that? It was messy. Oh, you said desiccated. I think I'm focused on that word. Is it just the food?
Yeah, the food. I mean, the table was clearly like in use,
and then suddenly it wasn't.
Right. Yeah.
Great.
You can see a couple of spilled bottles and mugs. Yes.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I was thinking about something and I interrupted and I didn't mean to.
I think we'll live.
Great. Caster, could you do that thing again where you search for somebody?
Who would you like me to search for, Amaruk?
Please don't be mad at me. Your friend?
Amaruk, this isn't the first time I've used this spell to find her. But I'm willing to try again. And so he opens up his palms and all of sky in a blue hologram appears in between his palms. And he concentrates on the image of Euralia.
Amazing. Let me roll a dice. A little orange spark.
And Richmond! Yes! Coming alive! Sorry.
And it's like, it looks like it's on the other side of the sphere, so you spin it.
Yeah.
And it looks like it's on the other side of the sphere, so you spin it again. And you, like, put your head inside of it, and it is stretched down deep inside of the crust of this moon.
You've got to be
and
kidding
then it
me.
blinks out.
Oh, wait, okay, Jabby, am I doing it wrong? It just stopped.
Move your
Wait.
finger just like great.
Uh,
Uh, no. If anything, that means she's probably not on this planet anymore. Or,
It blinks back in.
oh, never mind, she's back.
It was the finger thing. It was the finger thing.
It was
Maybe
definitely the
she's.
finger. Yeah, I mean, you're still practicing, but you got a great form so far.
And it blinks back out.
She says so watching this, she says this powerful caster, this powerful magic user. Do you think perhaps it could have been her? She unlocked incredible power when we were in that temple.
Oh.
But is it enough power to displace a whole city's worth of people? Is my
It seemed
question.
pretty powerful.
It was so powerful that we were told that we unleashed something terrible. And those pre-gap places that we found on our planet, connecting to these other planets, they are part of that connection. And these 3 points of light, that was the first time I saw them when we were down there.
Well, let's not count her out as a possible culprit. It looks as if she's like in between places, like she's stuck. I don't know.
She's phasing in and out, maybe?
Yeah, though she must have taken on some sort of godlike power, because I've never seen anything quite like her when her eyes were shining and all that.
She also looked like she was suffering when she imbibed that power. Like she was bleeding from the eyes.
I mean, any amount of magic has a strain, and if you're not used to it all at once, that could be a bit much for anyone to handle. Especially if she's going to be popping in and out of whatever's going on, dimensional prairie dogging or something. I don't know.
She say she God damn it.
That's
Dimensional
brilliant.
prairie
Dimensional
dogging.
prairie dogging.
Jesus Christ. Didn't she say that she was searching for something, and that when we found that temple, it felt like it was calling to her to complete something?
And it was
Deeper.
something deeper and deep in in the planet. So it would make sense maybe that she's burrowed herself in between these three very similar and different planets.
She's going back and forth through a portal. She's not phasing. She's in one of these temples.
Wasn't there 3 lights that we had to activate to get into the temple?
That's what
of
I just
Brightclaw?
said. Yes.
Yes. I mean,
There's been a lot of information.
there was one red, one blue, one yellow.
And they were in the form of the 3 points of light that I thought at the time it was Desna speaking to me through the points of light on the butterfly wings that I'm so used to, but I wasn't sure. And then the door opened. We need to go where she is. We need to see if there is a portal there.
Can I quickly just do a quick sweep of the palace? Just real quick.
Of
I just
course,
have to go
yes.
use the bathroom. Kia like stands up like way too straight and starts just kind of marching off in a direction she knows that it's towards where Mercy's room is. Yeah.
Great. Are the rest of you sitting here in the main hall?
Would there be anywhere where we could get, I guess, records of, I guess, tunnels of mining shafts that might lead towards where we saw Uralia's little blip? 'Cause I'm
That is a
none too
great
keen on
thought,
just
Dex.
popping
Yeah,
them into lava.
absolutely. The ye old lava hop.
Yeah.
By the way, welcome, Simple Hawk. Thanks for the follow. I was trying to find a good
Welcome.
time to say hello.
Thank you. Hello there, and welcome to the Baby Bards.
All right. So
yeah.
absolutely, there might be. You're gonna have to peek around the old dwarven stronghold to find it, but absolutely.
Caster, if you were a if you were a computer designer, where would you put a computer that has records of tunnels?
Of tunnels.
Yeah.
Some sort of maintenance room, perhaps.
Mm-hmm,
Some
mm-hmm,
place where the working folk would access it.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Some place where it's easy accessible. Some place maybe a little closer to, the edge of the crust. Maybe in this case, of course. Not that there's computer rooms at the edge of every single crust on every single planet, but
Mhm.
I digress.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What direction looks important?
What what direction looks important?
I mean, we were only here before in the halls, and then I can't quite remember where my room was, but maybe there's someone else in there. It'd be weird. But I'm just wondering, like, from here, would there be a records room in the keep? I also don't really want to go snooping people's stuff, but
Could be.
because there's no like mining outpost near where we are, because we're at the capital, basically, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think that you guys discussed this during your time with
Mhm.
Hecklin. They dug down all around them.
Okay.
right? You don't really know exactly where the entrances are.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So you'd have to look.
We could
Yeah.
scan for that though.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I think
Yeah.
what I'm gonna do is there any unworked surfaces? Because I know it's mainly steel, the walls, or some
Yeah.
sort of metal. Is there anything like of stone? Like, is there cobblestone like that I can touch?
I'd say that the table is wooden.
It's wooden.
Is that not? Did that not do it for you? That didn't get
Eh,
you tickles?
it doesn't really. I don't think it should work. Because
It's an
I
unworked
What?
surface.
What are
it's
we talking about?
of using the mechanic trick natural computer. I think that requires the unworked
Oh.
surface to be connected, but
Yeah, absolutely. So you're gonna have to go looking for some kind of a natural wall.
yeah, let me double check. In the meantime, does anyone else want to do anything? I also think that Caster would also like after he's done doing whatever, he would try to follow Kia to make sure that she's all right.
Yeah.
So
Okay, cool.
natural computer.
I guess
Yeah, absolutely. And Amaruk, yeah, what are you up to?
Amaruk would like to try to figure out where Declan would have been when this happened. It looks like there was feasting going on, but like hashtag dwarves. So like, when are they not? In some way, feasting. So I guess
Same.
she's just trying to like figure out like what the last signs of his whereabouts are.
Yeah, absolutely. Great. Let's get a survival check from you.
Mhm.
Let's get a perception check from you, Dax. And Parker, you have your result right now?
Do I have my what? Sorry.
Your result? You rolled a test, right?
Oh no, I didn't roll a test. I was just checking what the parameters of the natural computer would be.
Okay, cool.
So I would think that the table it counts as a worked surface rather than unworked. The
Cool.
ideal point is like to plug it into an unworked natural surface, and
Cool.
then be attuned to that material.
Fascinating. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So
And what does it tell you again?
it just it allows. Let's see. Is attuned to unmodified material of the type which it is placed. Know the general direction and distance of attuned materials, and you can also set a surveillance square with a visual of 30 feet within 50
Okay.
feet times your mechanic level on that unworked surface.
Okay, cool. So wood.
Yeah, but fortunately,
gonna be the
I
worked
would
surface.
think it would be a worked surface because it's a table and not really connected to anything.
Yeah, absolutely.
So-
So that you'd be attuned to wood, if I'm hearing you correctly.
No, sorry,
right?
no, I'm saying that I wouldn't be able to do this at all. But yes, if I were to use, if I were to
On
plug it into
wood.
wood, if I were to plug it into wood on
Right.
an unworked surface,
Yeah.
yeah, then I would be able to survey.
I hear
Yeah,
ya.
there we go.
Great.
Hey, we got
For
it.
more
We got
wood.
there.
For
Yeah.
more wood. If you got wood, you can get more wood. Okay,
Gotcha,
cool.
gotcha.
That was of Catan.
Fantastic. Let's go to Jabberwaggy first.
That was a 21.
Mm.
It was a 21. Beautiful. So you start like heading off through these large pillars towards the side of the room, starting to like trying to peek your way, find your way. You find a kitchen first, and you find a stairway that leads up, and you're like, Amaruk, maybe up here, right? Or maybe the elevator next to it. There's like an elevator standing next to it. And you head further back into the darkness, right towards the back of the room, and you find this like large threshold, right? With a door panel next to it. And it doesn't take you too long to like spark a little bit of extra energy from one of your gun's batteries into it, and the door opens up. And on the far side, it looks like it's a large mining staging area, right? There's bits and pieces of equipment, right? There's like a computer next to it, and like a large diagonal leading mining shaft with this huge elevator sitting in the middle of it, all of it unpowered. So make me a computers check, and we'll get back to you. Amaruk.
I rolled a 19.
Nice. You start hunting through here, and you're kind of thinking about Hecklin, right? And you're thinking about what people think of him and how he was being portrayed and presented, right? And you start to think, well, it occurs to you that he's not going to take it easy on himself.
Yeah.
Right? So this person with a broken body is going to be somewhere up high, right?
Yeah.
So you start to take various stairs up. You find a hallway that leads to another set of stairs, all of which are accompanied by elevators, which are currently entirely unpowered. Make me a perception check.
All right. 21.
Nice. You hear the sound of a single skitter behind you, and you turn to look, but the hallway is empty.
I have blind sight though,
doors
so
seem
where do
shut.
I feel the vibrations heading?
Absolutely, it's too far away for your blind sight, it would seem, or they're
I just
padding soft enough,
move at the speed of light.
Yeah.
Super fast.
You gonna keep bragging about that in points where it doesn't affect anything, or
Or
How dare you? I'm offering it as a solution.
it
I
could
just
also
wanna-
be.
Go ahead, Caster.
I was gonna
I
say.
don't understand.
It could also be dimensional prairie dogging. We don't know.
It could
Yeah.
be.
That's true.
Is that the episode?
I'm sorry,
title?
Miles. You were trying to set the scene though for something. So I look in the direction
No,
that I
absolutely.
heard and felt the scurry, right?
You did not feel any
No.
scurry.
Okay, I heard the scurry.
Heard the scurry through your
Through my
audio input.
yeah. And then where okay, so how far away was it?
I mean, it's hard to tell with just a
Yeah.
sound, right?
Okay,
You
I
didn't
move
feel
towards
it, so
the
you're gonna
movement.
assume that it's more than
Yeah.
60 feet
I
away.
move in the
right?
direction that I thought I heard the movement.
Great. So you move in that way. All of the doors on either side still seem to be shut, right? And you start to try to figure out where this thing or where this whatever
Yeah.
it might have been might have gone, but you don't see any tracks on the ground. You don't see any open doors, right? Nothing to show. And if it went ahead, it would have gone further down the stairs, and you think that you would feel that.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's just really, really soft and made a mistake.
Yeah. She's just gonna say, "Hello."
Silence.
It could just be an animal, but we haven't seen any other ones, right? We haven't seen any other like rats skittering around.
Not yet.
Yeah,
no.
yeah, yeah. She's gonna keep. She's gonna try and move back. I guess what would I do in this situation? I don't know. That's like what would I do in this situation? Okay, you're playing a tabletop game. That's literally the whole game. What would you do in this situation?
Right.
If I were an anthro wolf, what would I do? She's going to reach around. She's gonna start moving back in the other direction. Like she gave up, right? And then she's gonna push her psychokinetic hand, her invisible hand backwards, so that if it like sneaks around and tries to see her or find her again, she'll feel it there. But she's gonna pretend to be like, "Guess nobody's here. Time to hit the old dusty trail.
God.
Make a
Nice.
bluff check.
Okay.
That's so funny. So your psychokinetic hand is like right at the top of the stairs, right?
Yeah. All right.
That tickles me so hard.
Bluff, cool. 18. I have a +4 to my bluff. It's not where I spend my charisma points.
Oof.
Great. So you head up. Your psychokinetic hand is invisible, right?
Yep.
Great. Your psychokinetic hand sits back there, right, and doesn't touch anything.
Mm-hmm.
And you reach the other stairs and begin to head up.
Yeah.
Whatever it was, it doesn't seem like it's following you.
Okay. So she kind of like dissipates the invisible hand and keeps moving back the way that she was originally intending.
Fantastic. So you head up the stairs,
Yeah.
spiraling upwards
Yeah.
towards another floor, and eventually you reach, you're like 6 stories up, and you're reaching what you think should be the top of
Yeah.
this place until you find a final stairway. That is this kind of like long stairway that leads up and around in a circle, spiraling up around this final like turret, right? Until it reaches the very top room of a spire at the top of this palace.
Yeah.
And this is clearly Hecklin's room.
Yeah.
Oh, I just came up with an interesting question for myself.
Great. I'm so happy for you.
That's what we want to hear.
This place has been completely ransacked.
Oh shit. Okay.
Like top to bottom, torn apart. His good clothes are like ripped out, and like some of them are on the floor. It looks like some of them
Yeah.
have been torn up to pieces. It seems like there was a valuables drawer that was just like pulled out, and it's like cracked open, a broken lock
Yeah.
on the front of it. Some like pieces are left over on the ground. There's like a trail of little coins that you find heading up, like
Yeah.
old golden dwarven coins, right? There's a console has been ripped out of the wall and various important chips torn out
Yeah.
as well. However, Hecklin's bed is still intact, but there's like an indentation left in the pillow, and his sheets are left a little bit ruffled.
Yeah.
And his large set of prosthetics is hanging
Is just there.
on its
Like ruffled as in like the way when this comparison is too much. When
Go for
Yoda
it.
disappears and becomes one with the Force again, and the bed just still is the way he was once in it, or ruffled as in his body was taken, dragged out of the bed.
Yeah, I can't not with that Yoda.
Yeah.
Yoda.
Right? It's such a good
Yoda.
example.
It's the Yoda option.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good
yeah,
option.
yeah, like I was like how do you describe this? Like Yoda.
Yeah.
You
Always the Yoda option.
Yeah. So she sits there and she puts her paw for a moment on his prosthetics and like looks around at this mess, and she just kind of sits on the bed and looks down and closes her eyes, and she says, "It could so easily have been me." And that's kind of where I think
Great.
we can leave that for now.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. Kia. You you head up the stairs, right? Rounding the stairs that you've been up maybe twice in your life, but they're like weirdly familiar because of the times that you've revisited in your dreams, right? You're aware of the fact that you've stopped walking and started, like, running slightly. A second after you reach the door, which is kicked just slightly ajar. And inside... Actually, you know what? Make me a perception check before I go any further.
That is a 17.
As you approach, there are like a couple of scratches in the wall, like these large. They look like wild animal claw marks, right? That are scratched down. You see one door has been like kicked in. Its lock is shattered, and you start to move even quicker. And you reach the Mercy's room. The door has not been kicked in, but it's slightly ajar.
I like peek in. I push it very slowly and and I whisper, "Mercy?"
Reflex save.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
That is a 23.
Nice, beautiful. 3 darts fly by your head in quick succession, and you hear a from inside. You duck your head back before drawing your blade, I'm guessing,
Yeah.
and moving into the door, ready to fight. And you see 3 small, scared-looking creatures. They have these kind of large, almost too big of heads that are like, they have hair all over them, right? Kind of short cropped hair, a very dog-like nose that's a little bit short and stubby, and these massive, massive eyes. And they're wearing kind of broken down armor, right? Very, very clearly like modern spaceship armor, right? But it's like old, and parts of it are rusty, and pieces of it are torn in various different places. It's clear that they have been tossing the room actively before they heard you, when they started preparing to ambush you. And they look up at you, these big black eyes. One of them has a tongue sticking out of the side of its mouth, and it says, "You not come closer!"
Oh yeah? Try me.
Yeah!
And she like grabs her sword and just kind of lunges a little closer to kind of test.
And they like one of them stumbles back over itself, kind of falling on the ground. The other one fires another dart at you. What's your kinetic AC?
It is a 17.
Oh yeah, it just like plinks harmlessly off your armor, and the other one just like puts its hands up.
What are you doing here? Excuse me, I was speaking to you. What are you doing here?
One of them is like fiercely trying to load the dart thrower again.
Can I try to kick it out of its hand?
Yes, absolutely. Roll me a attack check.
That is a nat 20, so that is a 28.
Great. So you like kick the dart thrower up into the sky and grab it out of his hand and like point it at his head right as he's gotten it loaded. And this little defiant thing goes, "Looking for goodies."
Aren't we all? Do you know anything about the people that were living here?
No.
How long have you been on this planet?
How long have you been on this planet?
A couple hours.
It like thins its eyes to these little slits. These massive orbs become these thin little lines of suspicion. Then I have superiority. I am older here.
I'm gonna just kind of like be taller than them, aggressively taller. You know, she's not a tall Kasathan, but she's trying. She's gonna try to just kind of like stick her chest out and be like, well, perhaps we can test it out. A battle. She draws her micro-serrated sword from behind her back.
Ooh. This little thing, like, kind of looks at the blade coming out, looks back at you, looks behind you. Kind of this little smile spreads across its face and says, "You fight all of us?" And you turn around, and there's about 10 of them They're like poking their heads in the door. Various ones of them
Like,
have spears
on the side?
Yes,
Like,
all of them poking around the side. You see like
Amazing.
blades shining in the darkness. You see spears and stuff.
Wait, what are they, Miles? I'm sorry, I didn't hear if you said.
Fuzzy bobbleheads with big
Okay.
eyes.
That's probably
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, they're dog-like creatures, right? But they're definitely humanoid, but they're small. Yeah.
I'm just imagining eyes. Like, I don't know why.
Yeah.
It's
They
really
have these
freaking me
kind
out.
of like round, short-haired heads, and some of them, and like these two long, pointy ears that come out to the side, or above their head, rather.
So, seeing this, well, do I see
Yeah.
that? Yes. Seeing this, I go, bad call. And I like, my sword was like out kind of above my head.
Yeah.
I bring it back in. So it's like quivering in front of my face. And I cast Synaptic Pulse. And it's almost as if this unhearable sonic boom happens. And all of the creatures in a 20-foot radius of me are stunned for a round.
Do they get a save?
No. Yes.
They definitely do, but maybe not.
Will.
Yeah.
Yes, they get a will save.
What's the number I'm trying to hit?
You are trying to beat
Woo.
a 13 plus this is a 3rd level, so that is an 18.
Great. So
Yeah. Oh.
the stack of these creatures against the wall tumbles and falls onto the ground as all of them lose their grip, stunned, collapsing. You hear this little as all of them kind of fall down in this pile. The three, one of them at the back wall like manages to stand up, looking a little frightened, and then runs away. The angsty one in front of you is perfectly stunned, just like halfway through winking one eye.
Great.
You see like a
I
little
kind
piece
of
of hair poking out, and the other two just look terrified. The one with his eyes up goes, in this
I
low
push
growl.
one over in hopes that it kind of like hits everybody and they all fall over. And then I'm quickly just going to do like a turn around the room. I'm going to comms in everybody, letting them know that we have dog bobblehead people here. And I just kind of want to like do a sweep of the room.
Fantastic. As you sweep the room, the growling one starts to get louder and then goes, Queen! And bows.
I'm sorry, what?
Bows slowly to the ground, his hand still up.
Queen?
Queen!
She's not here. She's in like the I don't know. I
Bows
left.
slowly to the ground again.
It's good to be the queen.
I think that's where we need to call it for our break, everyone. That little, it's good to be the queen. That was too good. That was too good. All right. Thank you, everyone. Magic Llama just got promoted. Yes, she did.
Do not want.
Yeah,
Oh.
can't recommend. Can't recommend.
All
lot of
right,
responsibility.
everyone. We'll be right back for the rest of Starfound in just a minute. Go take a break, get a breather, get some water. Come back in a
Enjoy
moment.
our video.
Oh yeah, enjoy that video. See you in a flash.
It's like 5:40 something. I wish cats could talk, because then they could like tell us, it's like, hey, can we have a rest stop? So instead, I'm just gonna be nervous all day. Yeah, I know.
Y'all ready for some, tips?
I really want to make a shell necklace so that I can be the sea goddess that I am.
Gonna go annoy Aizawa again. I'm gonna go annoy Aizawa again. Think upon dungeons we've seen, and smile back on where we've been. So let's empty our flagons and toast to the dragon. Then I'll find my coral heart.
Hello everybody and welcome to my channel, where the performing arts and nerdiness combine. My name is Parker Wallace. I am an actor, singer, writer, songwriter, and performing artist. I frequently stream tabletop RPGs, specifically Starfound, a Starfinder actual play podcast and Twitch stream. And on it, I play Castor9, a handy-dandy robot who knows how to dress like a dapper gentleman, happy to be of service. And I'm also featured in the Tableverse podcast as the same character. I also stream occasionally with Manapot Studios.
Excuse me.
It just keeps on coming, what the f***? So what am I going to put on this channel? It's going to be a combination of the things I love. Voice acting, performing arts, and reaction vids. I'll be posting some comic dubs, as well as covers to songs, and previously recorded performances. Because I am a musical theater actor. I have a diploma. It's a bachelor's of music. What do you guys want to see? I will also be posting reaction videos of things that I haven't seen before, whether it be movies, anime, TV shows, I don't know, maybe a meme compilation or two. I've also been getting into makeup, and if you want to see some of those tutorials, I'm your dude. Thank you so much for coming to my channel, and please like and subscribe if you like my videos, because you'll see more of them later. Thank you guys so much, and have a wonderful day.
I'm Miles Duffield, and congratulations on finding Geeks for Good, the home of great storytelling, of powerful play, and of charitable good.
These wolves coming for me? You want some of this? I got bombs! Yep. They're mostly dangerous to myself!
So, Geeks for Good is a Twitch variety channel that streams tabletop role-playing games, board games, and video games in order to raise funds and awareness for different nonprofits and charities.
Why am I having so much trouble? I'm out! I'm leaving! Goodbye!
Find the stream and the schedule at twitch.tv/geeksforgood.
No? It's not happening to anyone? Okay.
Gas is inbound. Marking new safe
shit!
zone. You're in the gulag now. Fight to earn redeployment.
Oh my god.
Here we go.
Pro move, I was in a bad spot.
Thank you so much for your time and support, and I hope you choose to help us on our journey, or you just come along for the ride. Welcome. Let's do some good.
With that, nonsense shall begin.
I can do it. Here's the deal.
I
I gave up Christ for the midwife fucking. No, okay, no, let's not. All right, let's calm down.
Not ponytails or cottontails, yeah, ducktails. Woo!
We're leaving the area.
If I leave the chest with you and then I make it and then you don't, then what fool are we?
Well, but then the chest will be right there, and you will have lost nothing.
But you'll be dead. Okay, yeah, you're right.
Just a quick little run through the door and nothing more. Everything's fine, I am fine, and you are fine.
These poor unfortunate souls, so sad, so true. They come flocking to my cauldron crying, spells, there's the please, and I help them. Yes, I do.
Are you with me, mateys?
Arr.
Arr. All right, once more with feeling.
Once more with feeling.
I'm just gonna run up the stairs and have some fun, and then you'll be on the run behind me, and it will be fine.
Is this home? Am I here for a day or forever? Shut away from the world until who knows when. Oh, but then, as my life has been altered once, it can change again.
Welcome back, everyone. Welcome. Hey, Spider. Glad to see you. Okay.
Hi there.
Let's get right into
Woo.
it. We all good to get right into it?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. Fantastic. So, here's my question. Caster, what have you been doing during all of this? You were going to check on. After you helped Dex. You were going to go check on Kia, right? That's what
right.
she said. Yeah, absolutely. So you hear skittering, the sound of probably a dozen small footsteps making their way down a hall up above you. And it sounds like they're clawed a little bit, right? But you can't exactly tell. It's a lot of footsteps that are moving down the hall, kind of away from the way up that you're using. Actions, questions, concerns?
I'm just gonna stealthily follow that noise.
Great. So you make me a stealth check. Kia, how long does your spell last?
Stealth check.
I will. It's 1 round, so not very long.
Amazing. Beautiful.
I was going for shock factor.
What was that?
21.
Okay.
That was the sound of a roll.
That was the sound of
21.
If you haven't been aware, Miles, yeah, we just kind of yell when we roll typically.
It adds to the drama and suspense.
Yeah.
Does it though?
Yeah.
So
For the podcast.
as you all as you approach this door, right? You come around a corner and you see all the things that I described to Helena on the way up, right? Kia saw the scratches on the walls and the broken in doors. You also see these small bodies kind of rolling a little bit listlessly back and forth on their massive heads on the ground before they come back to life and limbs fly everywhere as they skitter around onto all fours and then back up onto their hind legs, re-grabbing their weapons and peering through the door. And you can hear softly, "Queen, queen, 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 chieftain, queen."
No synonyms.
Only queens. I'm gonna follow and enter that room, I guess.
Great.
Cool.
So you just push your way through the mess of small heads. kind of like poking your way through. You can see that Kia is standing over them, kind of looking a little bit confused, I'm guessing. Going by your last last action.
Being like confused and then going, Captain. Captain. It's Captain.
They won't have it. They've gendered you already. And as soon as you like press through, right, they see you, their attention changes, and spears poke up at your neck.
Oh.
Kia is gonna raise a hand, like just to test, and goes, "Weapons down. He's with me."
With the queen, okay. They're like, their ears are on point. A few of them are like pointed straight back, like sticking to the top of their head, and these eyes wide with fear when they look at Castor. But with you, they're like, these little like smiles kind of perk out on the side of their mouth. One of them is like, their head is draped slightly to the side, tongue lolling out.
I telepathic message Castor being like, I have questions as well, but it seems as if I am now in charge of these freaks.
Telepathic message back. Well, that was pretty quick. I didn't think you were gonna do something like this.
I didn't mean to. It's just my magnetic personality, she says out loud. And then she goes like and starts opening closets and wardrobes, trying to find something, anything.
You feel little hands tugging at the back of your coat.
Yes?
Queen, come. Queen, come to...
Where to?
To Horde.
To the Horde?
To bed. That sounds bad. But they don't care.
One of them says, "That sounds bad," and another one just hits him across the face.
One moment. I must do a quick sweep, and then sure. We'll follow you.
We sweep.
Okay. I need everybody to take a look around the room, and if you see anything that has the name Kia or Jaleskia on it in the form of a letter or written item, please return it to me.
Amazing. All right, let me roll some
Looking
D20s.
for unsent letters. Anything.
Anything, please.
Oh.
Please. So they like go to work, spread out. One of them at Castor as he passes by. And they begin to like look underneath the bed, and they start tearing apart the the various closets. The sword dress comes out and almost kills one of them, but you like grab it before it impales him.
Amazing. That's so good.
He like licks his wound as he continues to rifle through things. Eventually, the one with the tongue to the side kind of soundlessly presents its a data pad, which has, it looks like a half-finished email on the front of it, and says,
Thank you. I'll take that. I very much appreciate thumbs up. And she grabs the data pad and goes to the corner and tries to read it, and just a little bit of solitude sanctuary in a corner, please.
You like sit down on the bed, and several of them are like kind of like on the edge of the bed with their front paws on the edge of the bed, like looking at you. One of them is like,
I like
scratching.
pet one of them. I think Kia at this point would just like instinctively pet one of them, being like, ah, yes, animal friend.
Is this at all based on your new dog, Miles? Like by any chance?
It's just a horde of Tupacs.
No.
Tupac the Chihuahua.
I just want him to love me.
I just want him to love me, but instead I'm exercising my demons by having a horde of them love my players.
We're working through it. It's tabletop.
Yeah, I mean, I hear it.
So you start to read this email. Now, we touched on this a little bit last time, Kia. What was your last email to Mercy?
To summarize, it was accusing her of keeping secrets and how Kia had learned that there was some sort of underground unethical thing. She didn't go out and say it because she could almost not bring herself to say the words that she was accusing Mercy of doing. But basically just accusing her of being false and holding secrets that were unfair.
And just to be clear, the thing in Kia's head was the accusation of slavery by Euralia,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Mercy seems confused. She begins by apologizing for I'm sorry that I led you to believe something that wasn't. I don't think that I've been false with you at all, but I don't really know what you're talking about, Kia. I've done my best to be as clear and as possible as I can. Maybe there's something that you haven't told me, but no, that's not right, because if you weren't telling me something, then it feels like projection, is all I'm saying. But look, if there's something that you need to ask me about, I suggest that you ask me instead. Ended.
Kia has the biggest smile on her face, and you're not going to be able to see her smile at all, but her eyes have crinkled up in the corner and she's tearing up, and she jumps up and goes, "Fuck yeah! Fuck yeah!" And runs over to Castor and grabs his arms and goes, "She's not complicit. All right, this is fine, but we do need to find her immediately, because oh boy, do I have to explain myself at this point. This is not great, but we're gonna find her, right?"
Yeah, we'll put her on the list. I mean, yes, absolutely, please, yes. Stupid cow. Yes, of course, yes.
We just hear a chorus of fuck yes from the new troops over the comms.
Yeah. Yeah, at this point, Amaruk is gonna comment and be like, "Is everything okay down there? Do I need to come down there?"
No,
I think they just butt dialed.
Oh, did I? I'm so sorry. We are doing very well. And Mercy knew nothing about any sort of unethical dealings, aka slavery, here. So that is very good to know.
Yes. I
made friends.
I could have sworn I heard little skitterings around up here where I am in my, Declan's, you know what? I'll come down there. I'll tell you all about it. And
Should we meet in the hall? In the great hall?
So you didn't
come to
dial
bed. Come to bed.
I've also been told to come to bed by these little gremlin friends. So perhaps you meet me here and then come to bed with me. I'm not sure what they mean.
Kia, I never thought you'd ask.
Oh, no, it's not that.
I know it's not. I know it would never be. But
Oh, okay, I just got it.
Yeah, so why don't you meet me at this hallway? It's near Mercy's room. You take a left and up the stairs and just follow the signs.
Oh, that's weird. That's weird. There are signs? She had signs for her room? Mercy's room, stay out. On the door.
I give...
Boys allowed.
Yeah, I just give some instructions about where to meet me, outside of her room.
Oh, man.
I love the idea that it's one of two things. I know that it's neither of these two things, but that it's either that she had been Mercy's room this way and put up magical glowing signs, or that it was Mercy's room, only badasses stay out.
Yeah,
exactly. Toxic.
Yeah.
with swords stuck in the door.
Yeah.
And
I
there's
love
the note.
Yeah.
Is just
Amazing.
By the way, my door still has my whiteboard, and it's so old that you can't even wash off the marker on my childhood door, and it says some shit.
What does it say, Anne?
Aww.
I can't remember. I'd have to go back, but it was something about like Jedi training headquarters. Very like only on official Jedi business. It was like very.
But Anne, you
Very
still have
specific.
Jedi items on the front of your door.
Don't
in your
tell. Only
apartment.
on official Jedi business. Only official. You're right. I do. There's snowflakes I made. Anyways,
Okay.
so onward.
you all assemble together at the
Yeah.
hallway, right? At the hallway
before I
outside.
get
Yes,
there-
Jabberwocky. Excuse me. I'm so sorry.
I
I
had
feel
a
like Dex has
30.
been
I had a
waiting.
30 with my computers.
Ah.
I had a 30. computers.
So you find the maps of the drilled tunnels and explored tunnels that the dwarves have found thus far.
Excellent. I'm on my way. Don't do anything without me.
Fantastic.
And I walk.
So you head back. Walk.
Yep.
No. Okay. Sorry. I had to decide if I was going to give you a clue or not, but yeah, you'll be fine.
Oh no.
So,
How about a clue though? Like
no, it's okay.
Okay,
Let's
great.
go hang out with the things. So you guys make your way to the hallway. And this like crowd has gathered around Kia, right? And as you two come around the corner, who have met in the Great Hall again, right? Come around this corner up the stairway. They all turn and bare their teeth and point their various weapons and go.
Kia raises her hand again and says, "My friends, these are also my friends."
Friends.
I'm sorry. What is going on here?
I telepathically message, I telepathically message both Jabby and Amaruk and explain that I didn't want this to happen, but they have chosen me, and I'm going with it because they know something.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're yes-anding. Okay.
She says, "Your Majesty," and she like grandiosely bows to you.
Oh, yeah, I follow suit. Your Highness.
And she says, "I see these small ones have fallen into the deep knowledge we already know that there is none higher than Kia, Conqueror Queen with a KW."
At that, I shoot out little sparks of electricity from my hands, like energy bolts.
Welcome, Insanity Squad. Thanks for that follow. Welcome to the Baby Bards and the
Welcome.
Chaos.
When an appropriate time. Yes.
Kia turns to the grumpiest that she so loves, and says, "The bed? What is the bed?"
Come, bed, go bed
Okay.
together. Chase us!
Okay.
Chase us! And they
Okay.
all begin to run away, looking back
Kia
excitedly.
bolts after. Yeah.
I just start flying down the hallway with my wings.
Okay.
Great. So you guys head down underneath where the Great Hall was into like these dug out subsections underneath the palace, right? Excuse me. And as you go downwards, you see evidence that they have like torn this place to shreds, right? The kitchen is absolutely ransacked. There's you go through several storerooms where it looks like dogs have eaten too much and thrown up and eaten their thrown up and thrown up again.
Really exercising some demons here.
And so you keep on heading down until finally you hear, and the other thing that starts to happen is that you start to pick up more of them. And soon there's a crowd of 20 of them running ahead of you. Some of them are still like, "Who's queen?"
Double takes. Like, where are these things coming from?
Until finally you emerge out into this large boiler room.
Yeah.
Right? With this huge furnace at the far end that's like still burning. And sitting in the middle of the room is this pile of loot. Loot might be generous as far as words go, because some of it is like a nice piece of broken furniture. Some of it is like raw chicken that's just been thrown on there. But some of it is like the golden coins and jewelry and shiny things and glass, most of which is broken underfoot. And there's about 100 other small dogs in here who all turn to face you as soon as you come in and start to bark simultaneously, readying weapons as this huge cacophony of breaks out across, like echoing through the dwarven halls.
Yeah. She is just gonna go "Arr!" and just like send up this long howl over the top of the barking to see if she can get it to stop.
Fantastic. The yipping kind of dies down, and like some conference starts to happen between these various two groups that have assembled, right? Your 20 start to say, "Queen, queen," and the others are like, "Queen, but chief." And you look back, and sitting on an askew piece of it was probably actually it's totally a very nice toilet that is like placed atop and is like slightly askew. Is
a dwarven space toilet?
It's a throne.
If there are any artists, I pray to God you draw this for me. I need it.
We need
I need
space
to know
toilet,
what it looks like.
Or in other words, spoil it.
And this especially small dog-like creature is sitting atop of it. His long claws kind of like tracing the side of his head. He can pet himself. And he looks out across all of you, and lifts a staff that he has in his other hand, this like gnarled piece of yew, and raises it to the sky, and there's a poof, and this like wave pulse of energy shoots out, and all the dogs silence. And he stands, this pitch black creature with like slightly ratty long hair, and he has like a long scar through one eye, and one milky white eye sitting in his head. Both of them still absolutely massive, and he winks at you very slowly, and you hear a voice in your head. Who are you?
I'm gonna telepathically message back and say, I am Gilleskia of Brightclaw. Who are you?
I am the chieftain of the Chiwanolls.
I hate you.
I understand. How do you spell that? Chihuahua.
CHIWA.
So kind of like Chihuahua. Is that what we're going for?
Oh my god. Oh my god. I just not because I thought she was doing like a Star Wars, like Chewbacca. I was like, it's kind of not close.
No.
This
They're really
man
Chihuahua
has had a
Knolls.
dog
Oh my
for
God.
2 weeks, and he is working out some feelings, and that is acceptable. I say
love
yes,
it.
and
Yes, and indeed.
Yes, and.
It is a pleasure to meet you. She says this out loud this time instead. It is a pleasure to meet you. I have recently met your wonderful friends here. And she gestures around to her new buds.
You have tried to usurp my crown.
I have done no such thing. A couple of your friends here, and she gestures around, simply decided to call me queen. I did not accept or deny that it's fine. I don't care. People can call me whatever. But
he begins to descend down from his throne of trash.
Yeah, she's like, a crown cannot be taken unless it's already askew.
It snorts. One of them goes, "Queen," and he whacks it on the head.
So, are you native to this wonderful planet?
What do you do here? Tell me that first. It still speaks into all of your brains.
We are searching for what became of those that lived in this palace and this town, namely a friend of mine.
You are not here for the treasure?
I
Its
was
eyes
unaware there
widen
was.
slightly.
I was unaware that there was any. Oh my god, sorry.
No, you're kind of right. He like looks back at his pile of treasure and goes,
Oh.
"There's not."
Yeah. She is gonna kind of like bow to Kia, like in terms of like in may I request to speak.
Kia's like, go on.
Yeah.
I'm not the queen. Go, you go.
At thy
you go.
ease, at thy ease. She is. Sorry, the Ren Fair lives inside me still to this day. Deference it's a hard thing to quit. So she kind of like looks down at this creature and cants her, white wolf head to the side and raises her eyebrow. Her Solarian moat that normally orbits her head kind of stops and shines a light down on him, right? Like, where were you on the night of the whatever robbery? I don't know how to do noir. It's not great. I don't know how to do it. And she crosses her arms over her chest and she says, "How did you know there was treasure to be had here?"
How did you know?
That's actually a pretty good point, though. Yeah.
She says, "We were in contact with the people here and they stopped responding, so we came to check on them." Did you have a relationship with the dwarves who lived here at all?
We hunt for opportunity.
So we've answered several of your questions, and I believe my friend Kia here asked you where you're from.
Not here. Just like you. We from other places.
You shouldn't be claiming things from people unless they are truly gone. They are just not here right now.
They seem gone to me, he says out loud. But if you are friends with them, I will give you the greatest treasure back as a show of kindness.
I swear to God, Miles, if it's the space toilet, I'm gonna cry.
Is it friendship?
Was it the friends we made along the way? What is their greatest treasure? Tell me, show me. Chuano.
God damn it.
He walks back, extends his hands, and says, "Bring it." And several, like, chihuahuas scurry up and, like, start to dig into the, like, and, like, coins and candy bars and other wrappers go flying off in various different directions. And eventually they pull out
The Arkenstone. I'm sorry.
It's like a oh god, I'm so sorry. it's a workout ball that has a broken valve. So as they like pull it out, it makes a sound. And they bear it down to you very carefully, walking ceremoniously before they kneel and present it above their head.
I don't.
Squeak it.
Oh. Do you want to?
She says, Vlaka are above such things, like the squeaking, but you can tell as soon as the large squeaky ball is presented, she's like,
Sweats.
sweat. The tail ever so slightly begins to wag. Then stops. And then wags again.
Yep.
So good.
I telepathic message Amaruk, you have to fight it.
I can't do it.
You have to
fight
it. You gotta get through this.
Will save!
Okay.
Why not?
Actual mental screaming.
It's not good, guys. This is the way I go. If this is the way this queen of a planet goes, I accept. All right, we'll save. I'm sorry.
Save what?
Okay, that's an 11.
Yeah, I feel like you know what you have to do.
Yeah. So she goes, well, aren't you going to squeak it, Kia?
I think that someone else here may desire the squeaking more than I.
You have to squeak it. It's never as good if you squeak it for yourself.
I will give it one squeak. So Kia, like very somberly approaches the ball, and lifts it, gives it a squeak.
The eyes, she kind of like she normally stands like so like warrior wolf woman-esque, but it's that thing where like she kind of sits down in her coccyx a little bit and looks like almost up at it in amongst the many limbs of Kia as she holds it aloft, and her ears go back and then they twitch up and the tail keeps just, it's just a whipping back and forth.
It clocks a chihuahua who like flies off to the side.
Yeah. She says, you gotta throw it.
You want me to throw it? You want me to throw it? Can I throw it?
This is so embarrassing.
Kia lifts the ball like slowly above her head, like that one creepy priest in Temple of Doom.
Yeah.
Throws it.
Yes.
Just across the room, not very far.
As you touch it, I would love to cast Minor Illusion on the ball just so it starts to like glow a bit and have little butterflies flitting about it.
Oh, I thought you were going to multiply it.
That would be hilarious.
Can I yes and that?
Yes, absolutely. Poof,
Just
the ball
balls
splits into
everywhere.
pieces. It splits into more pieces, and the chihuahuas just stream across the room. There's the Nolwawas just spread out, desperately trying to chase down every ball.
Oh my gosh, she's like, like they're everywhere. And she just can she discern which one is the real one?
You know
what's that gonna take?
It's gonna take a perception check. What's up, Tex?
I was just thinking because it's only a visual, so it's not gonna make. They're not gonna make sound except for the real one.
You don't even have to roll. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the sound. I'm gonna hear it. I'm gonna feel it. Yeah. She is totally taken by the image of all the balls. She's like, no, resist, and then she hears it like drop next to her on the ground, and she just reaches down and then holds the ball very and then she just presses her nose into it until it does the squeak. I don't know what this game is becoming right now, but sure, that's what your captain does.
As this chaos ensues, the chieftain kind of slowly moves a little bit closer to you, Kia. He stands only about like a foot smaller than you, I think, right? And kind of looks you up and down and goes, it seems we have more in common than we may think.
I like that, chieftain. I hope we can be good friends.
Feast with us.
Oh, where do you
Here.
feast? Here. Is there food around?
Yes, we will feed you.
Wonderful. Have you ever gone into the mines of this planet?
It's how we got in.
No way. How'd
Wait.
that happen?
The feral in Amaruk.
Yeah, she's kind of sitting on the ground with the ball, and she like looks up and she goes, "What do you mean you came in through the mines?"
Well, there was no way to get in the top. The big guns shot at our ship.
I see.
So we had to find another way in. So we found a natural cave, and we hunted and smelled and hunted and ate a lot of beetles, and eventually we found our way into this place.
When you were down there, did you see anything weird?
Yes. The demon.
I'm sorry, what?
A demon?
The demon.
The demon.
Reagan?
Ah.
Sorry. That was an outie. Whoops.
Are you very good at drawing? Do you have any artists among you?
You could not draw the demon.
No, you don't want to.
The demon is absence with eyes.
Oh. That would make sense. Kia kind of like turns over her shoulder and looks at the squad and just kind of mouths the word absence. Well, everyone is certainly absent here in this kingdom. It was once quite busy and flourishing. So.
Did the absence take any of your people?
No. We are too small. Too fast. Maybe it was not interested in us. It watched us, though.
How did you know it was watching?
It smells sniffing in air.
What did it smell like?
Nothing. Everyone's face.
Yeah, he says nothing, and now that she has her emotional support squeaky toy, she just kind of presses her nose into it again.
So when you say it smells like nothing, does that mean it just had a very light and natural scent, or it just had no scent, or it had the scent of nothingness?
Ask your one with a nose. Everything smells like something.
Okay.
Squeaky, squeaky, squeaky as she
bounces her head upside down.
I'm not engaging with that. I feel a little guilty. So, I got nothing. I mean, that's probably the thing that not ate these people, but just poofed them. Are we calling it poofing? What are we calling it? Well, they got poofed, and I mean, if this absence, is it just like absence personified? Is it like an elemental of nothingness?
It makes sense. It goes with the visions.
It
A
goes
star.
with the crystals.
The
that
crystals.
demon is what ate this planet's population?
I was at the crystals in the liquid that we found, the dark voidness of that.
I almost wonder. I don't think she's like now coming back into herself now that she's released the inner doge for a second. She's coming back to the world as Amaruk, and she kind of like leans her head on the ball a little bit and thinks and says, "I am not sure those two things are one and the same thing. You see, shadow is something. When we came near to those crystals, they were cold. They weren't. They were used in a ritual, I think, that helped this nothing do something.
Can I produce one of the petri dishes from my pockets and ask the chieftain, would you mind looking at this? Did you see anything quite like this? And she kind of shows the petri dish to him. Don't touch it, it's very cold.
Interesting question.
Don't put it in your mouth.
Let me roll for it. Yes. Yes. We saw some things like that.
Well, perhaps this is a marking of that absence, that demon.
Maybe it smells like something, though. Smells like. Smells in carefully close to it. Oh God, what does it smell like? It smells like.
Berries.
It's Twilight.
Edward Cullen.
I know, I was like,
Oh my God.
Edward.
Smells like Twilight. Canon. Smells like Twilight.
Does it sparkle? It kind of does. I
It
mean, they are
does
gems. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate us.
Yep.
So basically, she says, well, we should eat, but then I don't want to let too long pass before we investigate what we saw.
I agree. Would you be willing to show us the natural outcropping from which you came?
What are you talking about? Sorry.
Like the mines, like your exit that you came out of.
Yes, yes. Absolutely.
Cool.
Absolutely.
Would we be able to project, like, using our data pad, like the map of the planet, and just have them mark it off for us, and then see if that's near where the blip was?
Yeah.
I can also overlay the coordinates that I found, so I
Yeah.
throw up the map
Absolutely.
that I found as well.
So it seems like they entered in through the shaft that you found, Jabberwocky, right?
Okay.
Right into this palace. They must have clambered out. As far as how they found their way out around down there, they have a little bit of trouble communicating the effectively, their map. But it seems like they followed a series of natural tunnels, which were probably very small, which have not been mapped out by the dwarves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It might be too small for us all to fit through.
What they do tell
How big
you,
are these creatures?
These creatures, they're about goblin-sized is pretty accurate.
Okay, so we're about the same size.
You and them, yeah.
Okay.
What they do tell you is that the dwarves digging uncovered lattices of deeply complex geological caverns that kind of weave and wander underneath this planet, many of which are filled with incredible minerals and crystals and gems, right? And the dwarves are obviously hunting for these like subterranean massive geodes.
Yeah.
As well as veins of solid metal, etc.
I know we want to eat, but I also I don't want to lose our lead.
Yeah, I mean, would it be possible to investigate first and then feast as a treat?
Or we do
Treat?
a snack
Sorry.
supper. We could do a quick supper. I don't know if we'll be able to fully dine, but time is of the essence, it seems.
You dishonor us. You will not chow with us or feed out of our bowl.
Well, we are trying to, but we're really, really
We
we're
would
freaking
love
out.
to.
What
Bring
is
on the food! Telepathic message. I don't want them turning hostile on us. There's a lot of them, and I'd feel real bad about genocide today.
Yeah, she says, yeah, she says, we don't want to dishonor you, but how would you feel if your pack wasn't fast enough to outrun the nothing,
Ah,
how would you feel if one of them was consumed?
we would be dead.
Wait, if one of you dies, you all die? That
Well,
seems...
no. They would
Okay.
be dead. If one of them died, they would be dead.
But how would you feel about it?
Like they were too slow.
Okay, I think we have a very different way. Never mind. I don't think this comparison is going to work. I guess bring some food and we'll eat it because that's very nice of you. Thank you.
To the
Yes.
snack.
We will eat and chow with you.
Can't go splunking on an empty stomach.
Amarik throws the ball on the ground. She's totally disinterested now. She's got a new proverbial ball to chase, and it's more important.
I offer the chieftain some of my snacks. Like, we can also have some of our stuff. Yeah.
So, like, quickly roasted meat over the fire, still very, very raw, is brought out. They've also been making some kind of alcoholic beverage out of, but it's very strong. And they feed you and begin to, well, it seems like their dining is accompanied with a series of games, right? Some of them, well, they start with a drinking game. Is anyone participating? I see at least one of you is.
Yep.
Three of you are, while Amruk mopes.
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever seen a husky mope?
It's very sad.
It is one of the
They have
saddest
the
things.
They're
biggest
so
tantrums.
opinionated.
What was that, Parker?
They have the biggest tantrums, and apparently it's because they're big dogs. Big dogs usually don't mature as fast as their bodies, so...
What are you trying to say?
Nothing.
Nothing. So what about
Abort
these games?
caster. Abort caster.
Abort.
So the game is it's a passing drink game. A bunch of different bottles are poured, right? And you throw back and forth these various different mugs, and the person who spills a drink has to drink all of the next one.
So it's the dwarf game in The Hobbit where they're like, break the plates. That's what Bilbo Baggins hates.
A little bit.
A little bit.
As
Oh, we getting hobbity.
That's what Amaruk Yuka hates. Let's go.
Yuka hates. All right, let's roll dex saves. Or dexterity checks. Just straight dexterity checks. Just for fun.
Okay.
I'll have our boys roll as well.
Ooh, that's not bad.
What'd you get, Kia?
I got a 6.
22.
He's had a really bad day.
22 for Jabberwocky.
I have. You said a dex save, or would this be an acrobatics?
It's just
check?
a dexterity check. Just straight dexterity.
Okay.
Oh, dexterity? Oh, never mind.
Cool. 14.
14. You're playing, Amaruk?
Well, I mean, I didn't say that I wasn't playing. You just decided I wasn't playing.
I assumed. You looked so sad.
Well,
My bad. No, absolutely, my bad.
she can be sad and catch things.
And drink. God.
I can confirm you can be sad and
drink.
at
It
the
is
same time.
It's true. It's true.
One might say it helps.
Fantastic. So bottles fly back and forth. Kia, unfortunately, drops nearly every single one that comes to you, and you end up having to chug several drinks. Can you make a fortitude save for me? Let's see how. This drunken beast
That
is gonna
is
evolve.
dirty 20.
Okay. Not bad at all. So you're actually holding your own pretty good. Let's get fortitude saves from everybody else as well, just for fun and for free.
Mm-hmm. Fortitude saves.
That's
Good
not
times.
bad.
Good time.
Yeah. All right.
21.
26
21, 26.
is big.
What'd you get,
wolf.
Parker?
Kia.
There it is.
10.
Yeah, you're not doing so well. You dropped one drink, and this stuff just goes, for some reason, your synthetic body, it like goes right into you and just like tears apart parts of you. Things get disconnected inside of your brain as these chemicals rush through you, and you are a little bit drunk. The next game is a race.
Is what?
A race.
A race.
Oh.
I love races. Let's just do
I
this.
am sad but very focused on attuning to photon mode.
Oh shit. Okay.
Oh,
Set
actually,
the
you know what?
scene.
I'm gonna take that back. They talk about doing the race, and then they're like, "No, race goes last. Race goes last. Race goes last. Queen bop." And so instead, the next game is obviously it's a big game of tug of war.
Oh man.
So many arms. Kia has so many arms to hold on to this thing.
Exactly, and they
It's not
decide
gonna help.
exactly that the two people with too many arms, while one of them was very clumsy, they need to go on opposite teams. So and the two other big people need to go on opposite teams as well.
Okay.
So who's going on which team with whom? Who's picking which arm boy?
I'll go wherever. It's fine.
I feel like feeling the booze a little bit. I hop on Amaruk's shoulder and I was like, "Jab pack for the win!"
Yeah, and she goes, Team Jetpack.
All right, y'all. Strength checks. Strength checks.
Strike. Oh, great. That's just a raw dice.
I got a 9. Got a 9.
Oh shit! No.
16.
I'm just picked up by the rope. I'm just hanging on.
Dirty
What?
20.
13.
Oh. Oh, so close. Actually, I rolled 1 for each Chihuahua team as well,
Yeah.
and just added them all together, and by 3 points. Oh, because of bad performance on Jabby's part, because he can't reach the rope. They pull you guys down to the ground. Amaruk
no.
and Jabby collapsing onto the ground.
Yeah, Amaruk looks at her own hands. She's like, it's impossible. Like, she's just like, I'm so strong.
Wait, Kia was on the other team,
Yeah.
so she is fully like all hands in the air, like, yeah.
Castor Kia.
I crawl forward and I just like boop Amaruk on the nose. Improbable.
She says, I don't like grammar. Like, you're like, well, it's not grammar. It's actually just a whole different word, you dumb dog, but sure. Like,
All right.
she
Last
does
up is the race, and whoever succeeds at this, of course, will get to break the wishbone.
What's the story, Wishbone?
And that's apparently really, really important.
Yeah.
To these creatures.
I'm ready to race. Where's the race?
So the race, it goes around, up through one of the exits to this furnace room, out through down the hallway, up and into the main hallway up above, and then down back the hallway, back through the hallway through the other way, and then through this other exit. So it's like a loop, right? It's a single lap. First is the winner, right? And it's like people have accrued scores through some point grouping that doesn't really make sense to you, but for some reason they have a clear understanding of what's going on.
Yeah.
Whether or not it's accurate or not. All right. So the first challenge is, getting through the mess of smaller creatures as you dash forward. I need acrobatics checks.
Question.
Question.
How far is it?
How far is the hole?
How far
long
is
is
the
the
front of the
course?
group? How far is the front of the group?
How far is the front of the group?
Like-
It is less than 30 feet.
It's less than 30 feet?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to use flash teleports,
All
Thunder Resolve
right.
Point, to teleport to the front of the group.
Cool.
You,
And I'm off.
So
How dare you?
what if
What if you have wings?
I moved at the speed of light for 700 feet?
Then you would beat even Jabby. Or wait, you and Jabby would probably be there at exactly the same time, pretty much.
How does that work? He can't teleport 700 feet.
Oh, you're right. You're just getting, but you can only do it in a straight line, right?
I don't think so. It just says. It says here that my.
Yeah, please tell me, because
it
I
says
am so
ray
interested.
of light. Move action, become a ray of light, and move at light speed to any space you can reach within long range. No opportunity attacks unless they can react faster than the speed of light. The only thing that can stop me is like something that can stop light. So as long as
I love that that implies that there is
something
That's
that
very
can react at the
concerning
speed
power
of light.
Scaling. That is terrifying power scaling, and I don't like this world anymore. I'm afraid.
Quest, did you say athletics check or acrobatics?
Acrobatics.
Great.
Those of us who
And-
can't move at the speed of light.
Great. And my base speed is 40 rather than 30 now. So if we want to add a little bit of that, I don't know if it really helps against the speed of light, but I'm willing to take whatever I can.
I mean, can you sprint at relativistic speed?
I rolled a 12.
I rolled the
so-
natural 1, but that's a 19 total.
Great.
you just fall over at the starting line.
I am a
Trip
little
over your shoelaces.
Wait, can
Oh
I
my
body
God.
surf instead?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I think that's the style point win right
There's a
there.
lot.
Is that okay? Like
Yeah,
I rolled
sure.
low,
I'm totally down with that.
so I'm
Great.
just gonna like give out.
So you give out and
Yeah.
just like roll on top of the mess of them as they head forward.
Yeah,
as
dog
Castor
pile.
like dives, quickly jumping over them, like not hurting anyone. Oh, excuse me, sorry. I imagine. As you go forward, emerging to the front of the group and like trying to catch up to Jabby, who's like giggling as he heads up the stairs. Meanwhile, Amaruk, you have zipped ahead, just dashing forward
Just
as
a
quick as you
flash.
can until you feel underneath your feet a deep rumble. As soon as you get into the large hall, halfway through.
Okay. Okay. Where's the source of the rumbling coming from?
It is underneath your feet, and it sounds like it's everywhere.
Okay. She is going to pause there. She's super far ahead of everybody else, I'm guessing.
Yes.
Right? So she stops and like almost catapults into a wall because she hasn't tried this before. She's just known that it was building inside of her, and she stops and her wings kind of buffet forward to push back against the air to stop her. And she calls on the comms and she says, "Do you feel that?"
They don't. They're in a mess of chihuahuas that are just like tumbling upwards.
Yeah.
I don't know if
she
they
says
see
something
you.
is happening up here. Something is rumbling underneath us.
Wait, where are you?
The Great Hall. I'm super fast.
You get halfway through this conversation, and then, like, looking around you, you're aware that there's, like, some kind of a quake going on.
Yeah.
Right? And you, like, are trying to figure out if things are going to fall on your head, and you look down towards the entrance deeper.
Yeah.
And you see 2 pinpoints of light close together. Like 2 soft coal eyes staring at you.
She smells. Does it smell like the nothing?
You don't
that he
smell. Do you have the trait scent?
No. I'm just trying to smell.
No.
I'm just trying to use my wolf nose to smell.
Make me a survival check.
Okay. 15.
You might be able to smell if it was not for the desiccated and rotting food on the table in the middle of the hall. You look, you're not sure. It's in the dark, right? You do have good dark vision, but it's like well outside. And so you like kind of blink and rub your eyes to try to get a clearer sense, and it looks like it's moved closer and a little bit to the left. At this point, the mess
Yeah.
of Chihuahua Knowles rushes up behind you, giggling and tittering, your worried friend stumbling
Yeah.
into your back, and the Knowles kind of like run into you,
Yeah.
barking, and then suddenly one of them falls perfectly silent, followed by another and another and another. All of their eyes just
Yeah.
slipping out into the darkness.
She says, Euralia?
Demon. It starts to echo.
Alright, everybody get back.
Run! And like they start to make a barking retreat, heading away, facing away. The few of them that have weapons draw them, daggers and forks and knives come out, facing as they start to like make their way back.
Yeah.
All of you stare out in the darkness. They, for a second, you can't quite see it. Kia, what's the deal with your eyeballs again?
I have dark vision for, I think, 30 feet.
I think is it not longer than that? I thought it was longer than that. And you had some special stuff, because you got your cybernetic eye.
Literally every single time. It's 60 feet, and
There it is.
I can see infrared.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Cool.
That's really cool.
Cool. So right at the edge of your vision, you think it's like difficult to say, right? And it's just as uncertain. You think that you see those 2 points of light as these little slightly hotter points. And then there is vaguely the shape of a person standing about 25 feet tall, but its edges are not blurred, but kind of like stretched, like frost on a windshield in winter. And it keeps on changing. Almost like watching static. And below you, the ground continues to rumble and thrum.
Is the, I guess, sizing and image of this 25-foot tall figure reminiscent of the kind of giantess that we encountered? Like, is it the same stature?
Similar size. The giantess actually was about 5 feet shorter.
Okay.
Yeah. There, it's difficult for you to see. Difficult for you to see a neck. The head kind of shapes into the broad shoulders, shapes into these long arms that stretch out and down away, and the 2 feet kind of spike, not quite into the ground, but just above it. Almost like a shadow on a wall.
Right.
All of you blink at various different pieces, and it stays clear until, for one moment, all of you manage to blink at the same time, and it shifts slightly across the room to the right.
Where are you going? What do you want?
A third point of light is drawn out on the forehead of where this figure would be.
In the triangle?
Again. You blink again, and the eyes are gone. The shadow on your infrared, absent.
I don't...
Detect magic. Any traces?
Yes. Divination.
Similar. Mm-hmm.
Enchantment.
Mm-hmm.
Divination, enchantment, but not transmutate.
Interesting. Well, does it still seem to be nearby?
It's becoming. It became something. It became this thing out there. That's the only thing that you didn't catch. because the traces we saw were transmutation, divination, and
Divination and
enchantment.
Enchantment was at the center of it,
But
but the divination and
transmutation.
the transmutation were spread further out.
But what I'm
Hold on.
saying is, if the
Yeah.
I guess what I'm trying to imply is that if in the act that left the traces we read before, it
Mhm.
included two of those. The one that's missing is transmutation, which to
'Cause it
me
already
says
happened.
yes, that was the moment
Mhm.
when it changed into what it is.
Because this thing was at the center, so maybe its power radiated out and consumed. I don't know about souls or life essence, but it did something, and by affecting everyone in the vicinity, it gained all this power.
She could have, well, whoever did it. She kind of like starts to accuse Euralia and then like stops, right? And then she shakes her head and she says, "Whatever this thing is, however it was created, this person might have used these crystals in order to catalyze the energy of all the people living here into the transformation."
Can I do a sweep of the room and see if I locate any crystals as well in this location?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Let me roll a dice. So you walk ahead, right? Kind of examining where it felt like it was. And there's a shadow on the ground. Left there. Made of tiny little slightly grown crystals. Boom! A sound echoes from outside. It's like come in through the door, but it sounds like it was made some kind of like gigantic crunch and crumble of stone coming from outside. Another one.
Yeah, she's gonna like her giant wings begin flapping and lifting her off the ground, and she says, "Jabby!" Like
On it.
emotions. Yeah, she like pulls
Jump
for him
in
to
hand.
hop on. Yeah.
Yep.
She flies
Jetpack.
backwards to pick him up and then swirls him around to like be on her back. And Falcor happens in the back.
Jabby Legolas's Amaruk. That's
Yeah.
what I'm hearing. Yeah. Okay, cool. Gotcha.
And she goes, "We have to see what it is," and goes
Mhm.
flying like a dart down through that tunnel or that series of archways to the grand hall, towards the big doors.
Great. Kia. Caster. What are you guys up to?
I follow.
Caster?
Oh, are we surrounded by stone, I assume?
We're still in the Great Hall with all the metal walls.
Gotcha, so
as
it's
we
all
discussed.
work. Oh, that's
Yeah.
right, we're in the Great Hall. Never mind, then I follow Kia.
Great. So you guys rush outwards as well, making as quick of speed as you can pass behind your flying allies who zip out. And you guys emerge out into the outside of the large palace, looking around for the source of these sounds. And above you, something moves, and a massive chunk of stone falls downwards. Amaruk, reflex save.
Yeah. Yeah.
Could I also make it, or would it just be her for both of us?
Let's have both of you make it.
Okay.
Reflex save. All right.
17.
I'll take a
Nice.
dirty 20.
Nice. This shadow kind of crumbles down towards you, and you manage to barely beat your wings, Jabby. You manage to hang on at the sudden change of direction as you get out of the way as this huge part of the ceiling flies toward the ground and slams into the ground in front of you, Caster and Kia, just as you're emerging out. And you all look up to see there's a figure. This massive shadow stretched across the ceiling. This long, almost like it's like a beam of light, but a beam of shadow that emerges and swirls. It has legs that point out the side of it, and its back is ribbed with these crystals. And it turns to look at you, and it has two eyes that are just spread out with these crystals as well. And then it turns around and exits out the top, like collapsing one of the watchtowers, which comes hurtling downwards into the middle of the city, smashing into the ground. The Sneasel skeleton
Yeah.
is gone.
I knew it.
Yep.
It's. Can you detect magic again?
Detecting magic.
By the Sneasel, so that we can see if transmutation is there again.
What is the distance on detect magic?
The distance on detect magic. Sorry, I was doing some Doctor Strange hand signs.
He's like tutting in the
Okay,
corner.
tut
60
boy.
feet. It's 60 feet.
It's 60 feet. So you're gonna rush over to where it was and detect magic there?
Yeah. We can.
You'll fly
My
by.
speed is 60 feet, so. we'll get there.
Same things with a heavy dose of necro. I can't remember. Necromancy.
Necromancy?
Bunch of other bad words that start that way.
Yeah.
And end differently.
Necromancy.
Healthy
Oh,
dose
yeah.
of necromancy. Yeah.
Much
Your
the same,
comms
but with
click
some...
and you hear excuse me, crew. There have been a few changes, one of which I see that you've noticed, but I'm detecting a degree of seismic disturbance across several points on the planet. It seems that things are changing up above. I'm not quite sure yet what. My scanners are somewhat debilitated down here, but it's big.
Let's get.
Got the sense of that. Vote to go to the ship and
To the
Whatever
ship.
it is,
Yep.
we'll take it. We'll take it on the ship.
to the ship.
Fantastic. All right, so you guys dash
Yeah.
towards the ship, get inside, and take off, zipping out through the hole as another one of the huge towers falls inwards. Castor, make me a piloting check.
I certainly can. Do. It's my best skill. There's no way I'm gonna mess this up.
Great. Fantastic. You
succeed.
easily weave out of the way and head up into low orbit above the planet. Computers check to scan, Jabby. And Kia, is there a mystic scanning that you can do?
I believe so.
29.
29.
Did you add your +6 from the sensors, just like as a question?
Did you
Oh,
do
I
that?
did not add my
Did you do
+6
that?
from the sensors.
35.
35.
Love it.
And
And
you
I'm
can.
gonna wait for Kia to give you the
Yeah.
full stretch of information. Because, oh boy,
Mystic.
there's some information.
Sorry, this is
No,
new.
no, you're quite all right. Do what you gotta
Let's
do.
see.
We gotta learn it. It's new for not just us, but most groups, right?
Mhm.
This is new book stuff.
Yeah, so we've just so everybody knows, while Kia is catching up, we have made a lot of upgrades to our ship from the Starship Operations Manual and some from the original Starfinder Core rulebook as well. But ultimately, we're dealing with a lot of new information. For anybody who wasn't here last week, we've skipped ahead 5 months, which is why some of us, all of us, have made some big changes and leaps in our abilities and physical bodies in some cases.
So I can do something that's like the mysticism version of a computer's check. It's called scrying. So it's like a divination thing.
What does it tell you in the rules?
I can pull deeper and predictive meaning from the lights and sounds around me. So I can kind of predict its actions
Fascinating.
by reading
Okay, cool.
signs from what's around me.
Great,
Isn't that
fantastic?
Isn't that in relation to Starship combat?
Yeah, and I can interpret that
Yeah,
to an
yeah,
out of
yeah.
Starship combat
Fantastic.
action. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
All right, great. What's roll me a mysticism check then.
That is a 30.
Nice. New map, y'all.
Map. We got a
Oh,
map.
my.
Ooh,
We got
map.
a map.
Boom.
New MIP.
New map, new map, new map.
Ooh.
Let's show you a
We
little bit more
out-
of that map.
Here.
All right, so this
No
is
map who dis.
Matual Zeta. over here, you guys are at Sky right now, which is right here in the middle, right?
Oh, I see.
Now, you detect some large. How do I put this? Large geological changes happening over here at 1 and over here at 2. They're marked, or excuse me, the point should more be right there. They're marked blue for the geological changes, right? Now, there are also new creature-like things at D and C, which are marked red. Now, 1 and C are both at the same point, and they're in the middle of this massive mountain range that stretches through most of an entire hemisphere of Matul Zeta. D is in the middle of this C-like structure that, your computer scan very quickly shows is not a sea, but it's kind of a collection of this hyper-focused brine that is also slightly, more than slightly, magically charged. It's kind of like a salt slurry. And then G over here is also where 2 is, and that is another eruption of something that's happened over there, and it is on the edge of the hyperbrine sea, but is sort of in this kind of more flat, quicksandy area. Or
An
not
eruption.
quicksand, rock area. My bad.
An eruption meaning a geological change?
Geological event of some
Okay,
kind.
cool.
Yeah, your computers are still analyzing exactly what it is. For your awesome tests, 3 questions from each of you.
Mysticism questions, yes.
Quite.
And everyone else can
Right.
throw in on this, obviously,
Yeah.
Yes.
if anyone has anything.
What kind of energy signature does this item give off? Is it
Item or
creature? The creatures specifically.
creatures? The creatures give off. I mean, they give off the signals of a living creature, but if they're like truly massive, right?
Okay.
One of them, the one at C, is just sitting where it is. The one that you just saw wake up near Sky is like moving east, it seems like. And the one at D, out in the Hyperbrine Ocean, is seems to be thrashing around. They give off this like a lot of powerful magical energy as well, all of them. And the energy that you got from the crystals, they also pulse with.
Cool. Oh, can I take a look at the crystals that I have and see if they have changed at all?
They have not.
They have not. Okay, great.
Yeah. Great.
Am I
And
detecting...
it doesn't just have to be about
sorry.
these things. It could be about the world in general, or questions about other items on
Right.
the map that you see, right?
Right. Any radiation?
Any radiation? Yes, there is some radiation coming out of. I'm gonna mark it right now. Point I to the south, down here. Some radiation pulsing out of there, and also coming out of point B to the south, down here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there? Oh, sorry.
Yes.
My
ahead.
question was going to be: is there any way with the success of the like sensory readings that we can find or begin to map out the beginnings of some of these cave systems and how they might be related to these 3 points?
That's a great question. That's going to take time.
Yeah.
Because the way that you're going to do that is by pulsing
Yeah.
like energy in there and then reading what comes back and
Yeah.
figuring out where the holes are and what the geological formation is in each place, right? So that's going to take time, but yeah, absolutely over time you can start to do that.
Okay.
Your area that you understand, right, is generally in Sky,
Yeah.
right? And around the area of Sky, and probably stretches about this much area underground.
Mm.
If you
Okay.
can see that.
Okay.
All right, we have one more question for each. You could save them for next time and do some thinking.
Good.
Oh my goodness.
I guess we know that there are these geological eruptions.
Mhm.
Is there any way for us to tell whether the creatures, like we sense all these three large creatures, right? That are all pulsing with the same now familiar magic, right?
Right.
Is there any way to be able to tell if maybe magically they're communicating with each other because we can sense the trace movements of magic through the sensors?
That's a great question.
Like
and
whale song.
It's super
Yeah.
cool. It does not seem like they are communicating with each
Okay,
other.
so they're all individuals. That's good news, I think. Maybe. Probably. I don't know.
I might
Okay.
have a question.
Great, yes.
Yeah.
This has to be a physical science question.
That's
or a
what I was going to
censorship
ask.
question. Great.
Are these eruptions naturally occurring, or are they being influenced by the creatures? Like, is it correlation or causation? Is the question.
They do not seem to be directly related, right? We have one of them has erupted up where there is no creature at all, right? Over at 2.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
Whereas, over here at 2 on G. Whereas the other one is like very, very close to one of them at C, and then D is separate, and there's no eruption at A on Sky, right? So they don't seem to be directly related, but clearly there's no such thing as coincidence, right? So it's reasonable to assume that they have some kind of connection together, right? As far as what is causing these eruptions, it does not seem natural, right?
Right.
Or then eruptions is the wrong word. Vibrations, right?
Gotcha. Tremors.
Yeah.
These well springs of activity.
Yeah.
So I guess that begs the question: where do we go first, Captain?
I still want to see where your friend is.
My friend can wait. I don't want to lose this planet.
But I think she's connected, Caster.
She could be, but we don't know where she is. I mean, she's at the core, but
we need to find a way down. I think she is. Caster, I know I've made a lot of claims, but this is all connected. Whatever she took from that temple, it is connected intrinsically to what is happening here. And we can ignore that and fight the symptoms, or we can chase it down and fight the cause.
Perhaps I can make a suggestion. While the system takes time mapping the underground tunnels and giving us a better understanding with the data that you collected of what's below us, you could explore what is happening on the surface.
Multitasking.
If the two are connected, to diagnose the disease, you will need to understand the symptoms.
It would be a good use of our time.
So which place then? The one in the brine, the mountains, the other?
Well, that depends. Do you want to go in the mountains and face a big shadow creature and a big geological event, or do we just want to go to a creature and or geological event?
Kia puts 3 fists behind her back and goes up to Amarup and goes, "Choose a fist."
Oh, God. Number 4.
Number 4 is the one that's out.
Oh,
sorry.
I'm sorry.
Let
I
me
don't know how
help
you
count.
numbered them. Yeah.
No, it's okay. It's very personal to every Kasatha. But
Do you
yes,
not number your hands?
I
They
do.
not number their hands?
No. I've been told that they do not. Yes.
Okay. All right. Then we're losing daylight.
3. All right. That would be the salt brine.
Okay.
Is that okay with
right.
everybody?
Salt brine it
Do
is
the
then.
salt brine.
Love a good game of chance.
Brine. next time.
Ooh.
Hey. All right. Thank you, everyone. That was an absolute pleasure.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna go away and come back, right, Miles?
We'll be right back.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, I got a little chill.
No, are you okay?
Yeah, no, I'm just it just slid off nicely into an ending. It felt good.
Felt good.
Didn't have a perfect button, but it was still fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So after every one of our games, we do a little talk back with y'all where we kind of just hang out, right?
Yeah.
And we can talk about the game. We can talk about other stuff.
But if
we don't know
you
what we're
guys
gonna
have
talk about.
questions, throw them in chat. I know we have a bunch of new people who joined us tonight, so welcome to
Super
the Baby
exciting.
Bards, welcome to the Star Fam. We're excited to have you. If you guys have any questions for us about the game or questions in general about our characters, whatever else, like throw them in chat. We're gonna go take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Great. All right. See y'all in a minute. Ta!
It's like 5:40 something. I wish cats could talk, because then they could like tell us, it's like, hey, can we have a rest stop? So instead I'm just gonna be nervous all day. Yeah, I know.
Y'all ready for some tips?
I really want to make a shell necklace so that I can be the sea goddess that I am.
Gonna go annoy Aizawa again. I'm gonna go annoy Aizawa again. Think upon dungeons we've seen and smile back on where we've been. So let's empty our flagons and toast to the dragon. Then I'll find my coral heart.
Hello everybody and welcome to my channel, where the performing arts and nerdiness combine. My name is Parker Wallace. I am an actor, singer, writer, songwriter, and performing artist. I frequently stream tabletop RPGs, specifically Starfound, a Starfinder actual play podcast and Twitch stream. And on it, I play Castor9, a handy-dandy robot who knows how to dress like a dapper gentleman, happy to be of service. And I'm also featured in the Tableverse podcast as the same character. I also stream occasionally with Manapot Studios.
Excuse me.
It just keeps on coming, what the f? So what am I going to put on this channel? It's going to be a combination of the things I love. Voice acting, performing arts, and reaction vids. I'll be posting some comic dubs, as well as covers to songs, and previously recorded performances. Because I am a musical theater actor. I have a diploma. It's a bachelor's of music.
What do you guys want to see?
I will also be posting reaction videos of things that I haven't seen before, whether it be movies, anime, TV shows, I don't know, maybe a meme compilation or two. I've also been getting into makeup, and if you want to see some of those tutorials, I'm your dude. Thank you so much for coming to my channel, and please like and subscribe if you like my videos, because you'll see more of them later. Thank you guys so much, and have a wonderful day.
I'm Miles Duffield, and congratulations on finding Geeks for Good, the home of great storytelling, of powerful play, and of charitable good.
These wolves coming for me? You want some of this? I got bombs. Yep. They're mostly dangerous to myself.
So, Geeks for Good is a Twitch variety channel that streams tabletop role-playing games, board games, and video games in order to raise funds and awareness for different nonprofits and charities.
Why am I having so much trouble? I'm out! I'm leaving. Goodbye.
Find the stream and the schedule at twitch.tv/geeksforgood.
No? It's not happening to anyone? Okay.
Gas is inbound. Marking you
Oh,
safe
shit!
zone. You're in the gulag now. Fight to earn redeployment.
Oh my god.
Here we go.
Pro move, I was in a bad spot.
Thank you so much for your time and support, and I hope you choose to help us on our journey, or you just come along for the ride. Welcome. Let's do some good.
With that, nonsense shall begin.
I can do it. Here's the deal.
I gave up Christ for the midwife fucking. No, okay, no, alright, let's calm down.
Not ponytails or cottontails, yeah, ducktails. Woo!
We're leaving the area.
If I leave the chest with you and then I make it and then you don't, then what fool are we?
Well, but then the chest will be right there, and you will have lost nothing.
She'll be dead. Okay, yeah, you're right.
Just a quick little run through the door and nothing more. Everything's fine, I am fine, and you are fine.
These poor unfortunate souls, so sad, so true. They come flocking to my cauldron crying, "Spells, there's the peas," and I help them. Yes, I do.
Are you with me, mateys?
Arr.
Arr. All right, once more with feeling.
Once more with feeling.
I'm just gonna run up the stairs and have some fun, and then you'll...
Welcome back, everyone. Thank you so much for hanging out during the break. I'm so glad y'all are here. Exactly, Insanity. Arr is indeed the theme of Heartsinger games.
Yeah.
Though now it's Easy Qual. Easy Qual.
Easy Qual.
Easy Qual.
Available now in my store.
So, Insanity, you were trying to figure out if we know you or not.
Because you were like, who's Miles? But then I
You're
realized...
like, Miles, is that you? And I was like, yes, it's me.
Then I was like,
Who are you?
I'll be right back.
But who are you?
Yeah, we have to get witchy. Hold on.
Hold on.
Oh, no.
Oh, gosh.
Did the Get Witchy
gosh.
got dropped?
Oh no, I don't have a witch hat. Oh gosh.
Oh no.
Up!
Oh. I know.
Let me fluff my witch hat real quick.
We love a fluffed witch hat on this channel.
I haven't gotten to Get Witchy since I got my new camera. Oh, cinematic.
Oh, I can move my ears so that
Which
this
talk
stays
for
on.
your viewing pleasure?
Top 10 anime betrayals in this witch hat.
Top 10. Conventions, DragCon.
That doesn't answer for me.
What did I miss?
But I hear you. I hear you. I don't think we do know you.
I don't
That's
think
fresh.
we do know
Then you're
you.
Welcome.
Yeah,
We're so
welcome.
glad you're here.
Welcome.
Like,
Honestly, we probably run in the same circles, which is how it always is.
Well,
so
it's really funny because, of course, we were like, how does he know Miles? And I was like, oh, yeah, Miles' name is on the screen.
Yeah.
That's also fair.
It's the only one of us whose name is on the screen. Oh,
Yeah,
what a
maybe
time
from
to be alive.
cons.
Yeah, so Insanity,
Could be.
I'm over at Geeks for Good, and if
Mm-hmm.
you join the Discord, Hearth and I share our Discord together, our Twitch Discord together.
Yeah.
Because we're work husband and wife.
Because we're
Um,
that's how it be.
It's
That's how
beautiful.
it be. Yeah, absolutely. So you can go follow me at Geeks for Good, and I stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Hearth streams
Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Yeah.
And videos on YouTube on Wednesday. We'll talk more about that later. Yeah, no, it's the Hearthsinger games. The thing is that because this is my channel, right? But when we go live, because Miles is GMing and has a lot of stuff that he wants to reveal on screen, I actually have give Miles access to stream to the channel from his setup. Which is like the secrets revealed. Dun dun dun. So Miles can actually stream everything from his setup, and kind of have the control that he craves over the stream.
I really do crave it
for this kind
so
of
true.
thing. And so so the sometimes we're both typing as Hearthsinger games in chat when we're doing Starfound, but at all other times it's always me.
I do have Hearth's password. I am. We trust each other like that.
It's true. We're married in that very strange workish way. Yeah.
Yes, Insanity. Anytime you talk to Hearthsinger, you'll be talking to
It's me.
And anytime you talk to Geeks for Good, you'll be talking to me.
That's terrifying.
And anytime you talk to Magic Llama Mood, you'll be talking to
Helena.
Yeah, it's just me.
And anytime you talk to...
I'm sorry, do you have a Gandalf staff?
That's what I was about to go to, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Please expand.
It's a very good prop.
It's glowing, isn't it? Is it?
Yeah.
That's cool.
I love it. You're like, yeah, it's glowing.
I've never actually seen it glow.
Yeah, it glows.
Does his staff have a name?
I didn't know the battery glows.
I'm
It
sure
doesn't
it
have a name.
does. It doesn't?
It does not. His sword is named Glamdrang, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
I love Lord of the Rings.
But it's so weird that they wouldn't name the staff. It's so magical though.
Well, but his staff changes between when he
that's
is.
a good point.
All we know about it is why didn't you take the wizard's staff? That's all we know.
That's all we know.
I'm just an old. Would you deny an old man his staff?
Would you deny an old man his staff?
He finds Glamdring in The Hobbit.
Yeah, he
It's
do.
one of my favorite
Really?
pieces. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
It's
my
just-
god,
Oh.
I have read The Hobbit more than any other book.
Yeah, they find Glamdring and Sting in the
Yeah.
troll cave
Mhm.
after the
Oh, I
chest
thought they
are
only
consumed.
found Sting there.
And
Nope,
in
they find them
fact,
both.
No, they're both.
Glamdring,
This
Sting,
is-
and one for Thorin, whose name escapes
Thorin?
me right now.
yeah,
One for Thorin Oakenshield?
this
Oh,
staff, this staff spider is the Gandalf
The
the
dwarf who
Gray
lived?
staff.
The dwarf hole.
So let me tell you. About. Let me humble brag.
Proud member of Gryffindor? I'm so sorry, I'm done with that joke.
Oh my god. So.
Witcher extraordinaire.
Oh my god.
So
So what I'm desperately trying to say is there was once a time, humble brag, that I went to New Zealand, and when I was there, I got to visit the Weta workshop, and I remember I was on the tour, and they took us into this room of just weapons that had been designed, and they were like, can anybody try and name every weapon? And I did it.
And Richmond.
What were the
you
weapons?
Well, it wasn't. It was like you didn't have to name all of the names. You had to just say what they were from, because they also did. Weta does a lot of design, right? So I think they did some of the Percy Jackson stuff. They did the Narnia movies when they remade those a while back, and of course all of the Lord of the Rings canon films with Peter Jackson. And so I can't do the dialect for more than 5 fucking seconds.
Yeah,
but
it's
in any
5
case,
words. 5 words.
I literally walked in and I saw it all, and it was almost like they knew that I needed to do it.
Yeah.
It's like, this is what this child needs to be doing.
I wasn't a child, Helena. It was like 2 years.
This is what
You're
this
still
child
a child.
needs.
No, and you are a baby.
Yeah, I am baby, but I was also definitely 30. So
I am baby, also 30.
but I remember that entire tour was so worth it. But being able to see the care and the attention to detail that they put into the design of all of their props are just, I'll just never get over it. I'll just never get
I
over
love
it.
that.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
So apparently it's nicknamed Opening Flower, Gandalf's
Aw.
staff.
Oh.
But I don't know if that's like
Um,
an actual like lore
This
thing.
staff?
What's the source on it?
I
What's the source on
found
it?
it on
Source.
Magic.
Screenrant.com. I'm trying to look for anything that correlates with that. But also, apparently, he has had 4 different staffs over the course of the years. The first one is Opening Flower, which is in The Hobbit. And then when it is broken after fighting the Necromancer, he gets Radagast's Spare.
Right.
And then by the time it gets to the Fellowship of the Ring, the Spare staff starts to dwindle and it starts to discolor and twigs start to fall off. And then he loses it during his fight with Saruman, which he is given a new staff, the Rivendell staff.
Yep.
Man,
this guy needs to hold on to his possessions. What's wrong with him?
It's so irresponsible.
Shoulda had a
with
purse.
his
Yeah.
sticks,
Like,
you know, just
Should have had a purse.
Hold on. Should have had a purse. Get yourself a bag of holding, you silly
Get your bag,
boy.
sis. Get your bag.
Get your bag. All right. I think we've been witchy for 8 minutes, so I'm gonna take this off because it's
Yeah,
actually
yeah,
quite
yeah.
warm.
Okay.
I'm actually gonna keep
Amazing.
mine.
I'm so sorry, guys. I'm just very warm.
Anakin gets
but I
vibes
really
from hearing
enjoyed
the word young.
this conversation
Lol.
brought to you by Get Witchy.
Turn.
So, all right, so let's talk. So if you guys have any questions about today's game, obviously throw them in, or anything else. But I have quite a quick Kia. How good was it to be the queen, if only for?
Okay, this is OOC, obvi. But I just want Kia to get a pirate crew at some point.
Yeah.
And this was close. It's not the right one for her, but this was close. Yeah, no, I got really excited, and I think Kia does well in a leadership position that is not a queen or a I don't know, a head of state. That she would be really good at being a captain because she can still go around and punch people when she feels like it.
And that's why you said captain, isn't it?
Yes, because in that moment she was like playing with the
Oh.
idea of like, do I get a crew? Is this the episode in which I get a crew? No. They're doggos.
I dream.
Catherine could be captain.
So yeah, no, that was really exciting for me.
Yeah, there's a strange point at which power becomes responsibility. I mean, all power requires responsibility, right? If you as people are looking at it as like good people, but as characters, right? There's a point at which too much responsibility starts trumping how powerful you are. Like,
Right.
do you want to be an emperor if you are indeed in charge of literally everything?
Yeah,
That's a lot.
Wait, what's
of
the
commitment.
name of he's kind of the pirate king in the Clone Wars TV show? What's his name?
Bear?
Hondo?
Hondo. Yes,
Oh.
Hondo.
Yeah.
The more I watch Hondo, well, I'm currently watching through the Clone Wars TV show. The more I see of him, the more I'm like, oh, that's Kia
Do you
in
like
10 years.
my paintings?
Oh, yes, I do.
Oh,
This
where
is
are
a
you?
Clone Wars Rebels household.
Yeah, it really is. Where are you in the watch through?
I am on The Bad Thing Just Happened in Dathomir.
The bad thing.
Please
Wow,
keep it
you're-
vague because I
you're
do
in
need
there.
to. You know what?
Yeah, there's so many
Talk
things.
about it. I'm just gonna mute myself.
I just don't want to.
No,
Yeah, but
we're done talking.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
good,
there's
good.
I
there
know
gonna
what-
be
what
people
she's
in.
talking
There
about.
are gonna be people
Cool.
in.
Cool.
There's
Yeah.
one like bad thing.
There's one really, really bad,
Really?
just awful thing that happens on Dathomir.
I just thought the planet is just the whole celestial body of bad things.
No, it's not.
You're
No,
also
it's
right
not.
there.
Well, it's
It's a cool place.
Dark side is not bad. I
It's
know.
definitely a cool place.
Dathomir? No.
pretty mean.
Okay. All right. Let's talk about Dathomir.
We start with Lord of the Rings and
Butthole
go to
clenched.
Star Wars.
I was like,
Sorry?
One
Listen,
bad thing ever happens in Star Wars.
not to
Jar Jar Binks.
How dare you? How dare you? He was an innocent boy. He was just always trying to do what's right. He was just a puppy.
Who is
Jar
this
Jar
that you're
Binks?
talking about?
Or are we
Yeah,
talking
Jar
about
Jar
Fucking
Binks.
amphibious.
I
Because
hate
we
Jar
like
Jar.
switched
Oh my
Okay,
God.
but
places
like
that
I
you
don't
were
want
shouting
to.
at
I don't
me
want to
really
hate
quick.
on Star Wars right now. I just don't want
We
do
don't
it.
have
Okay,
to. We don't have
but
to.
it's upsetting me. Listen, and I don't love Jar Jar, right? But I just don't hate him. I just don't hate him. I'm over
Right.
it.
I think it's exhausting to hate something.
Yeah,
that much.
it's so like why? Okay,
I'm
so
a little exhausted by
Dathomir,
Jar Jar.
Dathomir,
Dathomir.
join me on this journey. Here's the thing. In the seminal classic book from what is now considered Legends, The Courtship of Princess Leia, I had my first experience with Dathomir, the Night Sisters who ride fucking rancors into battle and have this awesome matriarchal society. It wasn't until we got into Night Sisters the way then I don't know if they actually called them Night Sisters in that book, but they called them witches. They called them Dathomirian witches. And they were more like druids. And what the Night Sisters do, they like yes, we think of them as evil because they wear red and black.
No,
and
they're not.
They're connected to the Night Brothers, and but like they are all about energy. They are not about using the dark side of the Force. They are siphoning the Force in a very neutral way, and they do not view the good as good and the bad as bad. It is all simply just power.
Yes,
the Force is a battery for their own determination and their own will, which some people would say like, well, if you're using the Force for your own will, well, isn't that the dark side? But the fact is the way that they interact with it is very different, and it's easy to get confused because Asajj Ventress obviously was born on Dathomir and was a Night Sister and
was also dark side,
but also was taken by and trained by Count Dooku. Oh my God, I just zoomed out of my body and I saw how nerdy I was.
You're doing good.
No, it's true.
You're doing great.
I think I understand where you're coming from though, because it's a naturalistic drawing of the Force on this planet. And they don't even call it the Force. They call it magic, don't they?
Yeah,
they
they straight up
magic.
call it magic. And the other thing that is really important to think about, and I think it's an undersold element of the prequels, which people have feelings about, and I understand. But one of the things conceptually that they're talking about is these two warring religions: the religion of being a Sith, the religion of being a Jedi. The Force exists, and Clone Wars and Rebels does a really good job of bringing up the fact that the Force is not for Jedi and the Force is not for Sith. The Force simply is.
Yes.
These are people interpreting their sensitivity to their faith in a way, right?
Correct.
God, I have so many feelings about this. It really, I'm sweating a lot right now. Because of how many
Oh
feelings.
no.
I just I felt sweat run from the base of my neck all the way to my ass crack. That is how much I love Star Wars.
Clip that. Someone clip that right now. Please.
From nape to
Begging
crack.
you.
The Force.
But yeah, so I mean that's how I feel about the. I know it's easy to call to like kind of frame them in an evil context, but I think they're really just people who didn't have the context of the Sith or the Jedi to guide them. They created their own.
What makes some of them evil is the enslaving half of their population.
Oh yeah, that
and the human sacrifice.
So there is that. There is that, but I'm just not saying I guess what I'm saying is that's like one matriarch. That was it. All it takes is one emperor, right? All it takes is one person to guide the whole, to drive some of these like repeated things.
Right.
And certainly the Night Brothers being enslaved by the Night Sisters is not ideal. It's problematic. I wouldn't
Yeah.
say that it's problematic except for the fact that like slavery is a problematic thing, but it is a thing, right? It does exist. It has existed. And I think part of the interesting faith context of Star Wars is that they all, no matter who's using the Force and how they're using it, they all believe that their access to this power has granted them the right to make decisions for everyone. You know, this is not Star Trek, right? Like this is not Star Trek where it's a utopian society who's now going into the stars. Like if you are not a Skywalker or if you are not one of these main fixtures of these religions,
One of the
like you're
Space
dead.
Kennedys.
You're dead.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you're not a Space Kennedy, you're dead. And you're not really a part of the story. You know, unfortunately, that was the decision that got made with this last set of movies, and I'm not going to argue about it online because if you liked it, then great, and if you didn't, then great. But live your life.
I'm so happy.
To piggyback on the conversation, I think it's really great that there are Force traditions outside of the Force, because the Force is very much a Republic central idea that has spread outwards to the galaxy, whereas the Keldor had Barando, which is the exact same thing, just by a different name. And they have their own set of culture around it. And so I think that's what I really like reading about, you know, the expanded lore and things that are outside the main canon of like the movies or something like that, or even some of the series, is that there are just different interpretations of the same thing that isn't so monolithic. You know, the Force isn't universal. It's it just is.
That's why I love everything to do with the canon around the ones, and you see this reflected in Clone Wars and in Rebels as well. And so I don't want to go into it because I don't know. I don't think Helena has gotten that far, but it is
beginning of season 5.
Yeah, it is definitely the framing, right, of the Force as outside of the context of the Jedi and the Sith.
Yes. Almost familial.
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. And that's my favorite. That's my favorite stuff. And those are some of my favorite episodes. Those Clone Wars episodes and the Rebels episodes that deal with it as well.
Also, Ahsoka in those episodes is so important to me.
God. Okay, I have a giant Ahsoka tattoo on my leg, which is
no
one because there's an Ahsoka there and there and there and and there.
It is the coolest tattoo I think I've ever seen.
Oh, thanks.
Because it's Ahsoka, and if I'm correct, it's that scene between.
It is
in Rebels. I'm not going to spoil it, but it's a duel. It's a very fateful duel.
My tattoo.
I know that one.
My tattoo, I call the piece "I am no Jedi" in my mind.
Yes.
Because it is all about,
that's good.
Again, another Force wielder who has a relationship with the Force, but not in a negative way that is outside of good and bad. And she is really someone who exists to make a commentary on the negative aspects of the Jedi Order. Man, we are just having.
So Spider has asked,
Yeah.
Which, if any, aspects of Starfinder or parts of Starfound do you think are the most Star Wars universy?
Ooh, good
That
question.
was a good way of wheeling it back in.
That's a great pull back to our show.
Well,
space combat.
The Solarian is the Starfinder Jedi.
Yeah.
Hence
Just
why I'm
very
playing
simply.
it.
And it's lovely because you can bring it into that context, or you can do more of telling the story that Hearth is fascinated about in Star Wars, right? This kind of universal power that you choose which way you're going to go. I don't see entropy or creation as evil inherently in myself, right?
Yeah.
But they become useful at different times, right? I also think that there is a lot of... We have real gods in Starfinder.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're very, very real, and that is so not the way that Star Wars is. Which is
Yeah.
honestly, let me be real, part of what I love about Star Wars. The fact that there is no God, but we see little flickers of it, or is it just the way that the world is, or whatever it may
Yeah,
be?
how
That's
we
one of the
perceive
things
it.
that I adore about it.
Yeah.
So treating the gods like the Force, I find to be really, really useful. There will
Oh.
probably, as we get a little bit further on, be encounters with gods, but even the gods have something
Yeah.
Yeah.
that they
Yeah.
can't touch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's also this sense of Star Wars that I think we lose sometimes for various reasons of it's if you think to the cantina scene back in the original films and how it's just filled and Jabba's palace is just filled with this just a miasma of a spectrum of so many different types of creatures that I think Starfinder yes and so beautifully in its
Yeah.
lore. And I mean, I could be a slug if I wanted to. Like I could be literally
You could.
anything.
Sharu, yeah.
They have so many options.
I think also for worlds, especially with the Clone Wars, because I had never watched the Clone Wars, and I'm now, of course, going through them and loving them.
Yeah.
But I think that section especially does a really good job painting these really colorful, very, very different worlds that are often quite reminiscent of, I don't know, ideas that come up in the Starfinder books as well. I don't know, the idea of Dathomir just reminds me of Eoxian stuff and
Absolutely.
like this kind of deathish cult situation.
For real.
Yeah, I think that's a big similarity too.
I just realized that what Mos Eisley is to Star Wars is what Bright Claw is to Starfound.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
We
I-
are a hive of scum and villainy.
it's really funny because
Say
I
Nalhutta a little bit more, or Nar Shaddaa. but-
yeah. Well, I
True,
think
truly.
there are elements of Nar Shaddaa, but the fact that it's on a vastly underpopulated planet makes me
Yeah.
feel like Nalhutta and Nar Shaddaa are not as good fits as Tatooine.
Yeah,
Even though
totally.
Tatooine is like a desert planet, it's like we have an
Right.
unconquered natural
Yeah.
place. You know.
Still
I also
wilderness.
think it's really funny though because I literally could not care less about Tatooine if I never went back to Tatooine in another Star Wars franchise or like anything. I would be happy. I
We're
would be
good.
happy as
So,
hell.
I have a-
love Tatooine.
I'm
so
so
much. And
over it.
specifically, it's one little line in Knights of the Old Republic.
Ooh.
Yes.
And it's this tiny little bit of dialogue about, like, people keep coming back here. They find a new vein of ore. Someone thinks that they can make their life here and make it work and make it and win in this little corner of the Outer Rim. Think that they've discovered
Smoggles,
something
don't you
that
do
no
it.
one else ever has. I hate sand.
Don't you do it.
And so there's something weirdly special about this place in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Yeah.
That cycles fate around it, but the only thing that it can export is fate. That's the only thing it has going for it, is difficult. I mean, I grew up very, very close to the desert in western U.S., right? So this desolate place where you have to be hard in order to survive is really, really attractive to me.
Also, the quest on Tatooine has, in my opinion, the best non-canon sand people lore
Oh yeah.
ever.
Yeah.
Ever. Like, in all the other franchises and all the other sources, the sand people are just these goons that hide in the desert and shoot you.
Our
But
neighbors.
there's so much more in Knights of the Old Republic, and
Yeah.
I truly hope that you will enjoy that, and
That
hopefully
what I-
if you enjoy
yeah.
that, KOTOR 2 is
I know.
definitely going to be a great treat for you to explore.
I want it. I want
And
it.
we have to finish
The
it. We have to
Force.
I
finish
know.
it. I think we're still on Nar Shaddaa, I think.
Yes, we're on Nar Shaddaa. We're playing KOTOR 2 currently.
Yeah.
And I think,
Also,
Dexter,
binge Clone Wars afterwards.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah.
The nerdery.
So
Nerdery of it all.
with the question, right? Okay, Smoggles, you're on my list.
What did he say?
I love you, Smoggles. Never
So
change.
many
He's talking
Never
about
change,
sand.
Smoggles. You're
He's being a
perfect.
sweet little dark side soft boy.
He is. He is. I will kill him, but he is, and we love him. So ultimately, as far as like, I don't think I could have come into Starfinder. The last time we played Starfinder together, and in the first game that Helena and Miles and I played, I didn't really bring in any like Star Wars like as inspiration. But this time, I wanted to take all the things. Because I'm super uncreative and I just decided to steal from Dave Filoni. I wanted to take everything that I loved about Ahsoka and everything that I like about Padme and mash those two things together. And that's why you have a politician who is Solarian. That's why she ended up that way. And now, you know, she's doing her own thing and living her own life. And we've got some weird, I didn't intend this, but it's how it's going, and it seems to be how it needs to go. This weird Kylo Rey Force dyad weirdness with Goruk as well.
Yeah.
And I think we're doing a better job of it, frankly.
I'd say so too.
Wait, what Star Wars character are these characters that we play?
Yeah, I've already gone, so go for it.
I never thought about it.
Kia is that tiny dude in the Rise of Skywalker.
Oh my god.
What's his
name?
Babu Frick?
Babu Frick.
I was like, how
something Frick?
Oh no,
Babu
Babu
joke,
Frick.
but also it's a piece.
No,
It's a-
you know who Kia is? You know who Kia is to me?
Who?
Is the kid at the end of the kid at the end, the broom kid at the end of The Last Jedi.
That is totally Kia.
Broom baby.
Broom
I
kid.
hard disagree. Kia is Han Solo, and you all misread her.
She's definitely chaos.
I mean,
Maybe
yeah.
a little Hanish.
I think there's
She's
some
a young
elements of that,
Han Solo.
The solo version of Han Solo.
Though I think you're much more correct that Kia is young Hondo.
Yeah, the more I see of Hondo, the more I'm like, that's her in 5 years.
Oh.
Just living her best life.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, my first thought was C-3PO.
Same.
Which is like,
That's funny.
personality-wise, absolutely. He is the skill monkey who is, you know, has a lot of nice tricks up his sleeve, but like he knows the 6,000 languages, forms of communication. But in terms of like interperson, like it was a little bit of Han Solo too, maybe. No,
Hera
I think
Syndulla. Hera
It's
Syndulla.
Who?
R2. What?
He's Hera Syndulla
Who
from
is that?
She's She's the
Oh, I
pilot
watched
of
her.
the Ghost.
I haven't gotten there yet.
Oh, is she the Twi'lek?
Yeah, she's the Twi'lek, and she also is like, she is mom friend, and she has a lot of opinions, but she takes a while to voice them.
Oh, I think
Also,
she's
I would
too young
argue-
to be Hera. Hera is the goddess of wisdom. She has too much.
Sure.
Caster's a little too young.
Well, I think that's why I don't think any of us are carbon copies of any of these characters.
no,
I
of
think
course not.
I
Right,
think
right.
all of these things that we've applied to everybody are partially true, right?
Best
no,
slotting.
it must be exactly right.
They
That's
must be
not a thing.
perfect.
I
Oh,
also
man.
think that there's an aspect of why can't I come up with her name? The Mando chick in Rebels. The
Oh
caster, Sabine.
yes. Yeah.
He's too soft, though. He's so soft. Who is soft?
What
She
about
has soft
C-3PO and
moments.
R2's love child?
That's what I was kind of thinking.
Yeah.
Is that because you're as capable
Yeah.
and as intelligent as R2 and always being like, I don't know if this is a good idea, guys. And they're
Yeah.
always like, what?
Yeah.
With a little bit of Satine. A little bit of Satine in there.
Duchess Satine.
Yes,
Yeah.
Interesting.
I could see that.
There's
I
a
could see that.
certain withdrawn hesitation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got a
That's so
cocktail
good.
going.
God, I love Duchess Satine so much.
Me too.
I super vibe with that little just screechy thing stuck to Java. Just not knowing what's going on, just like
Quakey monkey
like you
Yeah,
know,
the Koaki monkey lizard.
lizard. Salacious Crumb.
it
Salacious
just
Crumb.
feels very honest.
Salacious Crumb. Who named that character?
A
Who
genius.
knows? I The same person who named Babu Frick Babu.
Do you
Probably.
do you know what species Salacious Crumb is?
A
no.
Kowakian monkey lizard.
A Kowakian monkey lizard.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I had to choose between that and my Loth cat when I went to RIP Galaxy's Edge.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I love Galaxy's Edge so much. If I could just go back.
Wait, I think Jabby is BB-8 a little bit.
I think Jabby is a little bit BB-8.
Because
I
you're
love that.
sassy and able.
Aww.
Sassy and
Yeah.
able.
I think there's a little bit of Chopper in there too, because he's also kind of
Who's
like
Chopper?
he's in Rebels.
You gotta.
Yeah.
Watch
Parker,
Clone
we gotta
Wars.
finish the game so we can binge the shows.
Exactly.
Smoke-
And we gotta do Amaruk, and then we gotta sign off.
Yeah.
I mean,
Um,
Amaruk is pretty easy, but go for it.
I
What
was-
do you think it is?
I mean, Anne told us what she thinks it is,
Mhm.
but she also told us that no one's right. So
Yeah. I mean,
Fair.
absolutely Padme. I totally
Yeah.
see it.
Yeah.
I think that's a really good summation of Padme
it's
and.
perfect, yeah.
I mean, you
Ahsoka,
don't
yeah.
think that Amaruk's just like specifically that quote about sand? Like, you don't see it?
Thanks for
No, I
coming,
think
everybody.
she's-
Good night. No.
I think that she is. Now this is pod racing. That's
Okay.
like.
Oh, this
right
is
But a little bit though.
Little
I,
bit,
Yeah.
though.
I won't disagree with that.
That's fair.
point.
I
Young
do
Annie.
also think I'll bring back mom friend Harrison Dula a little bit with Amaruk, because she's not she is stupid, but she will not leave anyone behind.
Yes, I agree. Honestly, I think Insanity has nailed it. That your other combo is Harrison Dula with Chewbacca.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
I see
pretty
it.
good. Also,
The way
Smuggles
that
just-
you wrote Padme, I read Padamame, and I was like, I'm so
Padamame.
hungry. I'm so
We're
hungry.
dumb. There's a huge part of Castor that is Lando. He just
Yeah.
has yet to wake up.
It's gonna
Yeah.
be there so soon. Oh my god.
It's true. It's true.
He's gonna access
Sendo.
his inner.
You and
he's
me
gonna
will hang
access
out.
His inner ability. Yeah.
All right, everybody. That is it for us tonight. Let's do our sign-offs.
Yeah.
Let's start with Kia.
All right, everyone. Hello. I am Kia, but in real life, I am the Magic Llama Mood. Actually, that's just my internet personality. I am Helena Anderson, also known as the Magic Llama Mood, and I
Own it.
post videos on YouTube every Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern, which means tomorrow is Friday, and 12 p.m. Eastern is when a video will be up. I put the info in the little chat. So go check that out. Give me a like, give me a subscribe, all that. I'm also on TikTok and Instagram at the Magic Llama Mood, where you can keep up with me and my shenanigans. That's about it.
Yes.
Parker.
Hi, I'm Parker Wallace. I'm going to post my stuff here. I have a YouTube channel where I post, gonna post comic dubs, but currently have musical theater singing videos, reaction videos. I just reacted to random anime, and I also reacted to Sonic the Hedgehog, the new 2020 movie. And on Monday at noon, I'm going to be posting an art challenge. Yeah, exactly. So tune in for that. On Twitter, I am at Parker Wallace. On Facebook, I'm at Parker Wallace Actor, and that's WALLIS, not ACE.
Great. And Dex.
Hello, darlings. You can find me at Afro Sundere on TikTok. I clicked out of the browser. TikTok, there it goes, posted. And Dex Star Warren on Instagram. If you like chaos and gay screaming, I corner the market. Talking about anime. So just, you want some laughs? I'll scream.
Fantastic.
It'd be great.
Excellent.
And everyone, I am Miles Duffield. I am also Geeks for Good. I stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday at twitch.tv/geeksforgood. The link is in the chat, and it's all at 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. I'm also a professional DM, so if you liked this, I can do it for you and your friends. Check out milesduffield.com or get at me on the Discord, which you should be joining anyways, and check out my Patreon, patreon.com/geeksforgood. Right now, I'm trying to kick off some geeky YouTube-ish, so that's on its way to Patreon long before it gets to anyone else, because I'm a perfectionist, and I'm going to get it right before it goes public.
True story.
Helena's laughing because she's been dealing with my ass editing one video for the last month. I'm going to be perfectly honest.
3 Miles, 3 months.
3 months. Woofies.
Well, you only given me like 3 drafts. So.
Oh my goodness.
All right, and Helena, and I mean.
I was like, who's Helena?
No, it's just a cycle. Yeah. We just do our
do
4
this
pitches
for hours.
It's performance.
No one leaves.
Guys, thank you so much for coming tonight. I am Ann Richmond, aka Hearthsinger, the head bard in charge around these parts. This is my channel, and I am privileged to have these incredible, talented, friendly beings all about me on Thursday nights. However, you can find me on Tuesday doing miniature painting during the day. You can find me on Thursday nights, obviously, playing Starfinder here with the Starfound fam. On Friday, I am here with the Frontline friends playing group games like, I almost said like Frontline, which is not a thing, but we should design it and put it out.
Yeah.
Like Fall Guys and Monster Hunter, Iceborne, and I guess Sea of Thieves, any number of different things that you can play co-oply with buddies. And Saturdays, if anyone was enjoying especially our Star Wars conversation, on Saturdays I am alternating between finishing out the last couple of episodes of The Wolf Among Us, and now that finally my new computer is built and here, we are able to return to the world of Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order to have many Star Wars experiences. It's very, very fun. You can find videos from me every Wednesday talking about tabletop RPGs and vlogs from my life, or dyeing my hair various colors, crying about things. It's great, super uplifting content.
Yeah.
Definitely relatable content over on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Ann Richmond. And I also have a Patreon, patreon.com/Hearthsinger Games, where you can get an extra podcast from me every week, early access to videos, bonus streams, and even a chance to win miniatures painted by me, like this incredible boy right here. This
he's beautiful.
Beautiful owl bear that I love so much, and I'm very sad I have to give away now.
So fucking cool.
But yeah, so all of that is available to you, and you know, this has been great, guys. Thank you for coming by. I think we're gonna wrap things up and go raid somebody who needs some love.
Let's do it. Yeah.
All right.
Pick our raider. Pick our raidee.
I will. I'm doing it. I'm finding somebody.
Do it.
Does anybody have ideas for a raid? Does anybody have someone they want to raid especially?
I don't do ideas.
I'm
an
ideas.
actor.
No.
Aw, Spider. That's very
I'm really
sweet.
excited because I get to eat now.
That's
You
fair.
get to eat now?
Really nice.
I can shower.
Oh.
Waiting
All
for it
right.
for a while.
Let's. You
Thanks,
know what?
Spider.
Okay,
Thanks,
so Penny
Muggles, and
Arcade
everyone else.
is doing iRacing, which is just a ridiculously fun. I promise you'll like it when you get there. It's Gabe is doing a racing game, so let's go raid those guys and give them
Yeah,
our love.
absolutely. All right, join the raid, everybody. We'll see you. I mean,
Oh, yeah,
I'll
so
see you
actually-
1:00 p.m. on my channel, and yeah,
we'll
Heart.
see you tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow at 1:00 on Miles's channel. But we should tell you that because it is PAX next week, I will not be here on Thursday night. So
Yeah.
I don't know what exactly the plan is, but there definitely won't be
Still figuring
anything
it out.
on this channel on Thursday night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Good night.
So we'll be back the
everybody.
week after.
Be well.